All right. Hello everybody. Welcome. So someone's talking to me about Star Trek in chat. But let's and I've got to talk about Druid Stone as well. But I guess I'll wait a minute for some more people to come because it's going to be one of those streams where chat is going to keep saying the same thing. So we'll wait a second. Black Dragon said, "Watch the first episode of Star Trek Generation today." And I thought of UWP, the second episode I've ever seen of Star Trek. You said first episode of Star Trek Generation. Wasn't there a movie called Generations? I'm guessing you're talking about The Next Generation, right? I'm guessing you're talking about Picard and Riker and co, right? You watched episode 2. That's very cool, man. It's weird that you watched, oh no, I guess it's not weird. I thought you were saying you'd watch the second episode. If you watched the very first episode of the show, then that's cool. Season 1 is kind of weird, right? It's a very weird series. It's got a lot of odd stuff in it. That's a show you can really feel coming out of the 80s and going into the 90s. You can really feel it. And the weakest seasons are, I mean, season 1's great just for like the phenomenon of it and getting to know the characters and seeing all the stuff. And there's like a character in season 1 that you're gonna want to know because it gets referenced a hell of a lot later, even if they're not around as much. And so it's pretty good. One of the other really weak seasons, to be honest, is season 7, where they were just completely, obviously, creatively empty and just stalling for time until the end, and it was just like super boring. Yeah, the rest of it's all very good stuff. I hope you enjoy it anyway. Yeah, I had Q and Picard. Yeah, and you know, seeing episode 1 is the encounter of Farpoint is really important too if you're gonna get in it for the long haul, because it introduces the Q continuum, who are majorly recurring. John Delancey ended up back on the show very regularly. That spider's in front of me again. I honestly cannot tell you guys how close I am to a spider right now. All right, okay. So now let's talk about Druid Stone. So I do want to do Druid Stone, but yesterday I got caught up doing a lot of things for Guild Wars, and particularly a little project that I'm wanting to be working on. I never ended up playing it, and I feel completely out of touch with the game. So I don't think it's very smart to play Druid Stone today, because either I'm not going to be very into it because I'm not going to remember what the story was and where we were and what even the controls were, frankly. What I want to do is dedicate a little bit of time to playing it. So I know I made that promise. Here's what I'm going to do. We'll do Master here. And then as long as today doesn't end up very busy and I'm fine with it, later on in the day, I will endeavour to get back to Druid Stone. Alright, and we'll do like a little extra stream where we're Druid Stone there. Today might also be very similar to tomorrow. So that is not a promise, but that's my way of getting around this. So yeah, we'll just jump in on this. And it might mean, you know, I'll make sure today's stream doesn't go on way too long. And so yeah, we'll see. I mean, it is a bit of a joke, but it's been a month now, right? So I just don't remember the early stuff about the game. I don't remember the names of the characters I have. I don't remember I don't remember very much of it at all. Honestly, it's not sunk in anymore. So it'd be a bit weird to go back and then be sort of just a little bit of the way in. I just want to replay that opening sequence again. That's all. So yeah, how big is the spider? It's a very small, very sweet little spider. The downside of it is that it's created a big ass cobweb right on my equipment in front of my face, which gives the effect that I never do any work, because you know it's all old and it's not being touched, because everything with cobwebs is old and isn't being touched. So anyway, let's get in game. The format today, in terms of the things I want to do, is actually going to be rather similar to yesterday, but I think the stream will turn out very differently. And that's because yesterday was such a bizarre experience. So let's just go on in and see what we've got. So first of all, roller beetle races. Arachne's finished her races for the day. She's got all these chests, so let's open them up. She got 4 out of 5 today. The one she missed was Snowden by about 1 second, which is quite a lot on Snowden, really, to be a second out. But still. What are these here for? I actually don't remember why these are on Arachnia at the moment. We did a lot with Ectos in the past 24 hours. A hell of a lot with Ectos. Anyway, by opening those chests for those medallions, if we come over to the race prize, guys, you'll see that we now have 285, which is our last exotic gear. Look at this. Look at how many. Anyone in chat? I seriously doubt it because it's so early in the stream. No one's going to be here yet, right? But someone out there might have seen every VOD and watched each of these go in. There you go. Here's the last one. The Endless Mystery Fanciful Cat. And there it is. So we can unlock it. The icon's kind of funny, actually. Anyone know the Greatsword skin? I think this is Gold Lion. No, it's not. It's Privateer. The Privateer Greatsword. This is like our racing outfit. We kind of didn't have that on for a while as well. But there you go. So, Endless Mystery Fanciful Cat. So, oh, not mounts. Novelties. Fanciful. So you go. Oh, what? No, are you serious? Nice menuing. Alright. So we can see how these little cats look. So, here we've got Chauncey. Very expensive Laurel mini. Like one of the early-ish prestige minis, sort of. Then we've got him with glasses on. It just keeps rolling him over and over and over. What? Hello? There we go. And we get... who's this fancy cat? How is this a fancy cat? This is an ugly cat. Look at that tail. Do cats really have tails like this? It's got like a... Oh, it's got a bauble around its neck. That's a super adventure bauble around its neck. And it's even glowing slightly like one. How comes? What's the story behind this cat? There's 100,000... Oh my god, did it just make a noise? Wait. What sound effect would that be? Dialogue? No, it's definitely not dialogue. Environment? Oh, we gotta turn our mini off if we're trying to listen to this. The jump looks so silly. It's not doing it again. Did I trigger it from the UI? That's the question. I swear I heard that sound effect there. Oh, you guys can't hear the game anyway. There was literally... Oh, well, that's... That. There it is! It did it again! Did you guys hear it? Right as I started there. It does actually purr. It makes a very weird noise. Did you guys hear it? Yeah, it like yowls. Yeah. We have to wait for it to come up again. Look, these are the weird things about tonics, everybody. It's a Super Adventure B-Dog cat. Is this the B-Dog but not holographic mode? There it is again. Alright, I think it's while it yawns. I think it's supposed to be the cute yawn. It's very, very lovely. What a lovely kitty. Okay, good. Right, so we're done. We're done staring at the cats now. Let's reorient all of this. You know, that was a nice little reminder and excuse for us. That's a combat volume, by the way, apparently. Combat sound effects. That's what that is. So good. And now we're just onto goggles, helmet, mini. Slowly but surely. Let's turn our car back on for now. Car is the most visually noisy, just noisy, mini in the game because you're going to live with that. Forever that. Forever the char car. So, yeah, fun stuff. And why these are all combat, this needs to be split. Listen, ArenaNet, I know you're out there. Combat sound effect volume and, like, ambient volume. I know that feels a bit close to environment. Maybe just have generic effects, stuff like that, and the yowling and whatever. And combat for skills. Let's do it. Construction site next to you makes less noise than that. Well, look, it's primitive char... You know, Steam technology. It's a work in progress. Okay. Right. Let me go to the list. So we made that purchase, and I'm pretty happy. Getting closer and closer to the roller beetle races. Now the only things we need left are super cheap. Let's do the activity for the day, because it's better to do it early so we can squad up later. So let's do it on, I don't know, lists. Why not? You just want a footstep slider? You don't need a footstep slider as long as the combat stuff is split away, because you would just turn up. If you want to listen to footsteps, you probably want to listen to the cat's meow, right? And you probably want to listen to all those little, it's all the same. Do you know what? I've made a decision here. I'm not going to worry or really pay much attention to getting in combat. Look, why is it playing Path of Fire combat music? Oh, it's because there's a rift nearby. We actually need to do those. Let's do it. Why not? We actually need to do a couple of these. We need to get the rift carapace thing. It's 4 minutes left. Let's do it. And then we'll do the activity afterwards. We also need to... Oh, shit. I forgot how this works. I thought that would be a thrown skill. My bad. We also need to defend one of the maps from a Joko invasion successfully at some point also. I don't know whether they're on timers yet, but I kind of hope they are. I'm going to kill this Griffon, this level 19 annoying Griffon, because then I can put Lightning Flash on and maybe catch some other stuff. We want to be close, but not too close. I'm probably in combat with the dome now. No, I'm not. You guys want to join me, then you're welcome to, because soloing this boss on this build is going to take ages. My region is EU. I'm on EU today. I'm on EU. Why is that failed twice now? I don't know. We want to stand in front a little bit, and we want to jump, maybe? I think jumping stops you getting knocked back, because it won't play both animations. It could. We know that you can be knocked back in midair. Anywhere in this hemisphere. Come on. Anywhere in this hemisphere. There we go. Alright, last one. We go into the rift. And my problem right now is I don't know which rifts I did and which rifts I didn't. I still have the environmental weapon, by the way. Oh, no, because this is a totally new map, so it'll take it away. Alright, so out we go, into the mists. It's so weird seeing a waypoint there. I would squad up, but again, we're just going to spend a second doing this, and then we'll move on. What else? So, all the money that Grim sent yesterday was quite the cash infusion. That was bad, what I just did there. We ended up at over 2,000 gold. All told, everything sold and everything sorted out, and all the sandstorm stuff. So I invested 600 of it back into keys. So we're going to have a little key opening section on today's stream, where we go for 25 keys, or maybe only do 5. I don't know. Maybe we save it and we do 5 keys per stream, and hope that we get a couple of generous key donators as we go. Also, we have 0 progress on this Jawbreaker challenge right now for this next dragon. I wonder if we're being too greedy now. If this stream goes by and we have no real headway on the next dragon, I'm going to cancel making more dragons. We'll say that 6 is enough. Okay? But we'll see. You never know. I'll leave the white text up there for now. And if we cancel the idea of dragons, I'm kind of into the idea of canceling the idea of getting more dragons, just because then I can like genuinely like start begging for dragon coffers. I really like the idea of the event isn't even a week old yet, right? The event is a week old tomorrow, so we still have a full fortnight of time for dragon coffers to sink in value, and maybe to just keep stockpiling them. I think if we get to a point where we have maybe 10 stacks or so of dragon coffers, and we start talking about it enough on the stream, people might be really interested in helping to get loads and loads and loads, and that can be like our next project. That can be our big thing, you know, just getting like lots of stacks of those, and then we'll do a big grand opening at the end of the festival, and we'll hope to get a Quartles thing or something, right? That might be really fun. Utah, it's good to see you, Utah. Haven't seen you type too much lately, have I? Anyway, 33 months. Thanks very much, dude. Yeah, it's decadence at this point. It definitely is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, dragons as well. The other thing with the dragons is they might get cheaper. Continue dropping. Jawbreakers might keep getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as the week goes along. In which case... Shit, which way am I going? Ooh, fuck. Are we going to make it? That's not the right way. Can I mount in here? No. Oh, this is nice. Oh, we got a mail. I guess I already have the object here. Oh, no, no, no. What's this? It's a golem. Oh, there you go. We got a ding. Good, good, good. I had a feeling. I don't know why, but I had a feeling that the Snowden one I needed, I totally, genuinely needed. And we did just get a ding. Did you guys hear that? Oh, maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, helpful hero. Listen, don't tell my warband I said this, but you really saved my hide. Thanks. Your secret's safe with me. Be sure to take care of it. So, all we need to do now is the lost statue. Its owners is in Keswick, so I don't know what rift it is we enter. We'll look on Wiki for that later. And we need to give the lost cat to the guy in Dredgehaunt. Yeah, these carapaces that guy just got, they're really important. They're good. Okay, so now let's look at this. Dragon Bash Regalia Coffer. This is for doing the Dragon Bash meta. It's the helmet. So we'll pick this up. I just happened to get that yesterday. Funny story, I must have missed an extra daily. I feel like I did it constantly, but I must have missed another daily because I did not get a holographic weapon yesterday. I can instead get one today. So we'll do it in that order, okay? But there you go. So we get that skin, and did that just unlock for all armor classes? I'm pretty sure it did. So nice. We're keeping our head above the water in terms of the new stuff the devs are adding in. Next, activity. Let's go just do that. We're going to resolve to do 3. Whatever it is, I reckon I can handle 3 races without it getting really boring. And if we're not feeling it, we won't do them on streams, ultimately. But, you know, there's like a social element to it, and we might get extra help like we did with Keg Brawl yesterday. Sometimes the maps might be completely dead, and that's bad. Sometimes they might be completely dead, and it's good. So here's Crab Toss, right? What you want with Crab Toss is one guy who's like collaborating with you, but we'll see. So we'll do the activities. We're going to do 3 rounds of Crab Toss, and ideally we win all 3 rounds. Okay, so wait, as a solo player, it does start. Interesting. Oh, that's nice. I wouldn't have expected that. So this is good for Crab Toss wins, which take forever, but it's not good for any of the other stuff. But luckily I already have some of the other stuff. This is only going to get a lot worse. Ooh. So let's have a look here. We might have to actually play against this guy. Competitive. Crab Toss. So I've carried 2,000. I've won 40 times out of 250. I need to steal just a couple more. See this? I've got 885 out of 1,000. And then just play a lot. Yeah, so this really isn't bad. I just need to win, really, and steal crabs off of people every now and then. Like this guy. Oh, that was the... Oh, is it the skill? Oh, shit. Now we're blind. I'll just let him get beat up by the hatchlings. Wait, did he drop it? Oh, he threw it. No, no, no. Well, now it's dead to the Kaka. Okay. Yeah, we just got to steal. And that's not very many steals left, right? If I've already grinded 800. That's what I did with my old friend. Nice. This is so... I'm not against playing these legitimate on stream sometimes, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it all. As long as we're in the lead, I don't mind then going like legit with the thing. I don't remember what the evade was. It's the 3, not the 4. What's the 4? Punch? What, even while I'm holding a thing? Sometimes this is okay. If he picks it up, I can steal it from him. There. That's literally the whole story. That's what we got to do. What you want to do... I don't know the actual technique best here, but my suspicion is you want to do a maneuver like that a little bit, but you want them to ball up so that a single dodge breaks them all. That's what you want. Elimination. No one would be in here if it wasn't for us right now. Yeah, you see that little thing we just did there? Imagine doing that deliberately forever. That's basically what I have indulged in the past. So they're like, what we want... I tried to delay as long as possible so that we had the endurance to deal with the other ones. What you could also do is... I think the skill 2 is a short pass, like in Keg Brawl. So that little moment there, you can throw it, and they can't steal from you. We have to dodge these. What? Guess I don't know the hitboxes. That was a cheeky little steal right there. Look at this. Yeah, if you do a little... You could do a little triangle, right? Which means that everyone's stealing from everyone at the right kinds of rates. And you just basically just press 1, 1, 1, 1. I evaded the collection of the crab. Did you guys see that? Oh my god. Did it break? I was holding it. No, now it's broken. Yeah, honestly, I genuinely really like this activity. I think it's really good. I think you can learn a lot. Like there, I could have been aware that he had the rod. And you can be always aware of the fact that Karka are trying to... Oh, shit. See, there again, I could have dodged that. They're always moving to the crab, so you can always know where the big ones are going to roll. You can wait to stop being hit by these hatchlings. I genuinely think this is a very good, very well-made thing. There's the Whale of Doom conch as well. So you can bust up... When everyone sees Siege, you can conch them. Oh, my God. I'm so bad at this now, though. What is it that skill 2 is steal? I mean, there's already a fishing pole here. This is the MVP item, right? What you can do with the fishing pole is if you hit someone with a crab... Fuck! If you hit... This is really bad. I need some serious de-rusting on this. If you hit someone with the crab, you take... you just take whatever environmental weapon they have. So you can steal a fishing pole with a fishing pole. This guy's trying to throw the crab to us, so that's kind of nice. Or you can just... spam it on a random player that's not doing anything every second. He just tried to daze us with a rock, right? So you just throw it at him. And there, you see that guy threw the crab at me. Let's try this. Ready? That didn't work. I don't know the range. I don't know. I think that works, though. Cheeky. Cancel cast in the middle. Easy. He's going to throw a rock. We dodge back through with the hatchlings. No, I did it too early. I could have used the skill 3 there, actually. Wait for him to pick it up. He got blown up. Never mind. I'm out. There. You see that? Ugh. Though, what I actually interrupted was his war horn. My crab. Short pass, short pass, short pass. There's actually an animation on the throw, it seems. So yeah, the skill 5 is really good because this actually allows you to do stuff while holding the crab, right? Which is why you might not think this one's too OP, but it is OP. So I can throw the crab forwards just before dying. That's totally a thing. I know that's a thing. Oh, the double steal. Oh, yeah, okay, all right. I honestly thought that I would have obstructed that there. All right, the daze, you can see the strength here because it stops me escaping. Look, they really thought deeply about it. Bait the Karka onto him. There you go. So, I mean, it takes ages. Oh, look, we got Crab Toss regular. I'm 30 out of 50. So, we're going to do this 3 times today. Oh. Let's do it 1. Let's do it 1. Is it time for the balance video discussion? Yeah, so I have some rebuttals to some of the things. I want to talk about Sikkim very briefly. So on my video, I never nerfed Sikkim. I never changed the modifier on it. Now I do understand wanting the Sikkim to change. What can I do that's brain dead while I talk about this? What was next on my list? Hold on. Shit. Right, the Siren's Landing minis. Okay, so yeah, we're done with Draconis Mons. We're going to Siren's Landing. I'll just get some hearts. So I do understand every argument for nerfing it, and I think they're all pretty compelling. There's another argument for nerfing it, though, that I think is even stronger and hasn't really been mentioned. And it's just, in terms of parity, in terms of consistency and expectation of what skills should do, Sikkim is wild. It's a 40% modifier on a single slot. A 40% modifier. Now, that's only so crazy because it's born from core ranger design, where you could actually argue that a 40% modifier on a pet is really fun and actually fine. And then what they're going to not want to do is they don't want to cheat, right? So, like, they want that to stay the same for the regular effect, but they don't want to cheat. So, one place where they've cheated with the game before is with Scourge, where they secretly nerf a core specialization attribute just because you pick up the elite spec. It's Doomfire. Doomfire, if you mouse over Doomfire on Necro, you'll see just the Doomfire trait. When you slot Scourge on and mouse over Doomfire again, you'll see it's written in blue, and it's tweaked because they've broken in, they've cheated and nerfed an interaction that would otherwise be too strong. And I think that they don't want to do that. They could do that same technique when it came to Soul Beast, or they could do a skill split, right? But just the 40% on a player is just nuts. It's one of the reasons why I advocated the change of Righteous Retaliation, the Grandmaster, on Guardian that gave you 50% crit chance. It's just so much attribute for a single Grandmaster trait that nothing else even comes close to. I think that's grounds for nerf. So I think there are grounds to nerf Sikkim. However, I am cagey about skill splits. I do, so, you know, for that, I'm a little bit less hot on the skill split idea. But I do very much also enjoy the fantasy. Or, like, when you think Soul Beast, I don't know about for anyone else, but when you hear what the interaction of Soul Beast is, every ranger in the game is instantly going to think Sikkim, I think. You're going to think, holy shit, that interaction, like, that's what it's born for. That's, like, the fantasy. That's the operation of that combo. So I kind of... I'm very reticent to nerf the skill itself, alright? So that's why I look for other reasons not to. Now, also, I suppose another little bit of my mindset here is placating PvE players who just, you know, they wouldn't count it. And even if it is a skill split, they whine anyway kind of thing, which is, you know, that's not really a consideration, to be honest. But, so here's the other side of the argument, right? So this is why I'm looking for wiggle room on Sikkim. That's why I'm looking for wiggle room on it. The other is I think that we have lots of proof of concepts in the game that show that pure DPS, non-playmaking utility skills are shit when the class itself isn't overpowered. Okay? So let's look at Ellie. I think Ellie is a great example. Why don't you see Glyph of Storms, double arcane Ellies everywhere in the game? Why don't you see that? Staff Ellies are that, right? Why don't you see them queuing even out, you know, in high gold? They don't even make it in high gold. Why don't you see raw DPS utilities on that class? Why do you so rarely see even one? Why is it the only reason some Ellies get arcane skills in? Because when they play Fresh Air, they get playmaking out of it. They can immob with it. They can blind with it. You don't see it because the class itself isn't busted. Ellie is reliant on its utility skills for quality of life. It has to have that quality of life. You can't play it without Mistform or Twist of Fate or Lightning Flash. You need these skills, right? You need them. And it's because the skill is because to take an aggressive amulet on that class is to be exceptionally vulnerable. The only place in the game where I realistically see pure DPS work out is on DP Thief taking Assassin Signet. And even there, you can feel the sting of it. And even there, it has to define your whole playstyle to go for it. And there... I mean, you got a lot of disengage potential in terms of mobility and stealth, right? Even over what Ranger has. So anyway, my point is that these are proofs of concept to me that if Ranger itself wasn't busted, if the parry duration wasn't so high, if the super speed wasn't so high, if the cleanse potential wasn't so high, if they didn't have access to double 1200 range leaps, if they couldn't have the safety of 1500 and 1200 range attacks, if they couldn't do these things, if they couldn't constantly hard CC, if all baked into their weapon capabilities and profession, you're not going to have space. Sikkim is going to be like a joke. It's going to be like, well, yeah, it's crazy damage, but it's nothing else. It has a reveal on there, and they trait for shouts, which means that Sikkim also gives you regeneration and I think swiftness, right? Which maybe there's grounds for nerfing those. But these are my feelings. My feelings are that if you make the appropriate nerfs to what's actually busted about it, the unblockable, right? that Sikkim falls away anyway, because suddenly Rangers are like, oh, maybe I absolutely do need lightning reflexes if I'm going to run this build. Maybe I've got to roll the quality of life in there. So that's kind of my feeling with Sikkim. I mean, I'm not totally against dropping it to a 20% modifier when you're Soul Beast, right? In PvP. But now we're like in a box, in a box, in a box. So I just wonder whether you can get around some of the other stuff, you know? And so that's my feelings on that one. Let me pick this up. So the Leyline Scavenger, that's our next mini. He's actually an interesting little creature, you know. Again, I don't know how often they use these. Actually, they use them quite a lot, don't they? Possibly. So here he is. Oh yeah, he's just a Skelk. He's just a glowing Skelk. Actually, he's not an interesting creature at all. I do like Skelk, though. I think they're pretty cool. Glyph of Fire is a stun break. Glyph of Fire is not a pure zero playmaking potential skill. It's also not purely about the damage. It's not just Glyph of Fire. Well, to be fair, people do just use it there. But it's a stun break at least, right? And again, though, look at what that's seated on. People don't run Glyph of Fire on fucking glass builds. They run Glyph of Fire on, like, Sustainy Weaver builds. Fire Weaver is obviously a lot more vulnerable than other variants. But Glyph of Fire, I would not say is as much of a... I mean, Sikkim is a dead slot. I would sooner nerf the cooldown and the reveal duration on it than I would nerf the modifier. And everything else that's just broken about the class than I would anything else. And the truth is, like, I don't know how much Longbow Soul Beast people have played. You get a lot of fucking kills without Sikkim. You really do. You get a lot of kills without Sikkim. It's sickening to me, the... like, when I play that build and I'm like, this is so fucking broken. When I play that, it's rarely around the Sikkim interactions that I'm thinking, holy shit. Like, here's another example. You can one-shot people with one wolf pack. No Sikkim, one wolf pack. But because... the quality of life from Rampages 1 is so important. They sub it out and go Sikkim instead. So maybe a Sikkim nerf would actually be good for that from that angle as well, because what it would mean is anyone trying to get that playstyle back, they'd still have it. If you nerf Sikkim's percentage, you would still have these Glass Ranger longbow builds one-shotting people, but they'd be reliant around their elite now, which would... temper it a lot, I think, actually, and it would also reduce their stab and their might, therefore, as well at the same time. Absolutely nothing on the vendor anymore. Oh, I think it's because we have to beat the event here first, don't we? Yeah, by the way, I am aware while doing this that you can pick up the environmental weapons and get these done quicker, but obviously I'm thinking about something else, and I can't remember what the positions are. We can go pick one up in a second. These are actually extremely fast hearts to do. You could, like, cleanse bodies with them. So, yeah, I'm not particularly compelled by all of my arguments, and I'm easy with the Sikkim nerf, but they have it. What else was there? Well, hold on. Let me just press a nearby grounding crystal. Yeah, you basically just want to channel this. Arcane Shield's good for this as well, because if you take any aggro, you get interrupted. Taco has positions for all of these. It's like, okay, stand here, press the button. The longer it moves, the more heart credit you get. This is broken, because he's going to attack us. Oh, the block doesn't even count. Oh, and he instantly died. Oh, he instantly died because these guys defend you, I think. Yeah, Sikkim, even if you halved it, it still one-shots people. So what, are we talking about a totally different effect for Sikkim in PvP? Are we talking, well, obviously that's never going to happen. Are we talking about a totally different effect game-wide? Well, now you're looking at PvE, and people really like playing Sikkim Soul Beast in PvE. And it's kind of fun in fractals, and you know, again, I think that there's a fantasy there that I think the specialization should fulfill. So yeah, I don't know. I just lean on that principle that if you remove all the disengage and all the quality of life, or not all of it, but a good chunk of it, then we're talking about a balanced build, you know. And people, you remove Sikkim because people can't afford Sikkim anymore. What the fuck else was there that I wanted to talk about? There was a big discussion about Holo yesterday. Yeah, so the Grandmaster trait that means you get quickness and super speed on tool belt usage. I don't actually think it's that broken. The broken bit, I don't mind the quickness as much as I mind the super speed. So here's my actual biggest concerns with Holo. It's movement. Okay, first of all, it's Elixir S, right? Elixir S 6 seconds. Both elements of Elixir S, I really grind me up. Elixir S drunk duration is like super long, longer than pretty much the other invulns in the game. So like hard invulns, usually you're looking at 3-second windows, so you have to be perfect, immaculate with your stomp timing. But Elixir S is that by default, and then when you take alchemy, it goes up. So you've got time to stomp and be invulnerable on either side of it, and I don't really like that. I'd like that shaved a little bit. The S duration, 6 seconds of stealth is too much. Stealth rampage openers, stealth prime light beam openers, or re-engages. Like, here's how easy it is to win on Holo, okay? Genuinely, here's how easy it is to win on Holo. Engage, use your Photon Forge, exhaust your rifle cooldowns. Both of you have blown stuff, maybe both of you have blown heals, right? Elixir S, walk away from the node and rampage in it. Or prime light beam and walk straight back in with the Elixir S. That wins so many. And you can obviously predict and anticipate if you're a good player and move away from that. But it's such a strong tool. Thank God. Look, we already got Dagonet. Brilliant. So we can keep moving. Let's try the next one. Let's try the air area. And when you get plus, just Elixir S out. It's too long. 6 seconds of stealth. It's too long. Just drop that down. I genuinely, and that's what I said, and but that's probably the thing I believe in most. I think that everything I said in my video about the stability was a weak section, mostly because I focused on the overcharge shot interaction, which maybe, you know, was a bit pointless. But I do very much believe in Elixir U having a nerf to something. I don't know about the quickness. I mean, to a great degree, I do believe in quickness being nerfed. For all the reasons I said, I think Sigil of Agility shouldn't be in the game. And I feel really strongly about removing Sigil of Agility. And the arguments I put forward with that one. So maybe the way to take Elixir U is to drop its quickness duration. But I don't know. It had a quickness nerf already on the tossed version a while ago. Maybe that shouldn't actually factor in here, right? Maybe it doesn't matter if you've had a previous nerf. All that matters is it in the right place yet? But the stab is definitely what I think. I think if you just drop that to 1 stack, I think all the stuff I said about Corona Burst was a bit fluffy and a bit off. So yeah. But sorry, back to the Grandmaster, the Tools Grandmaster. It's the super speed. Get rid of the super speed on it. They already have super speed on Toss Elixir U. And also from like a play style thing, which I think these are important considerations. Like I was talking about with Shackling Wave on Rev. There's another side to that. It wasn't just that it got nerfed, but it feels good to shackle and wave people now. Having a cast time on it, it feels good. And I feel like you would value Toss Elixir U a little bit more when it was your only super speed source, right? So, yeah, I would change the tools thing to just be, like, quickness and get rid of the super speed on there. It's just, I've got a real problem with all the movement in the game. I really do. I think that, I sort of cut myself on an anecdote the other day, but, I think it should be the forte of Thief and to a lesser extent Ranger to be able to rotate fast. I think a lot of the other builds... Well, okay, I think there's potential for high rotation speed on lots, but I think it should be costly, right? So if you're a rocket boots engineer, fine, rotate around really quickly. Here we go, we got Mini Matab now. But, you know, in general, I think everyone just moves too fast. I had a lot of people kicking back against me on the Guardian proposals I changed. The Sword 2 cooldown and the Judge's Intervention cooldown. And I get it, right? Like, I'm hesitant to nerf the various versions of Guard. I don't think that Core Guard is too strong. I don't think that DH is too strong. I think we see them in about the right amount of abundance. I really do. I actually really like the rate at which I see those two specs. Maybe I'd like to see Dragon Hunter a little bit more. I think if everyone was around those levels, it would be incredible. And I gave a lot of arguments for the Firebrand situation. Basically, I do believe in team fight potential, and I do believe in support, so I think there's only so much we should do there. But, so I get it. Guardian is not on my nerf priority list. It's really not. And I get why you're saying, oh, well, don't nerf Sword 2 and JI. It's nerfing Guardian. Guardian doesn't need it. I understand. But I think that it's healthy as long as across the board I'm nerfing mobility. And look at my proposals. Super speed removals from multiple classes. For Soul Beast, reducing leap ranges on Greatsword to push people onto Sword if they want mobility. We don't necessarily have the Karma here, but I'm going to do this heart anyway, just to see if we need the thing. I think this is the Hounds of Balthazar, and I think we do need it, so we'll have a look. What else did I talk about? I talked about Death Strike. Even putting an animation on Death Strike is hitting mobility, okay? Because that's a mobility-oriented skill. I talked about mobility pretty much everywhere except Thief. And Ellie, I didn't talk about mobility as well because I feel like it's okay. Actually, one of my nerfs for Mirage that never made it, for Mesmer, sorry, that never made it in the end is Blink. Blink is insane. Why does it get to 1200 range be a true stun break? Like Lightning Flash isn't a true stun break. It gets more range, it's a true stun break, and it can be traded for lower duration and put super speed on the end of it as well. What the fuck? Blink is OP as fuck, man. It's one of the things that's so strong about playing Mirage. Just how slow-brained you can basically be about someone counter-rotating to your cap. And, oh, look, I just blinked over and I've got it anyway. It's nuts. So I was going to advocate a nerf for that as well, but my nerf list for Mirage was extremely long already. So, yeah, you know, if I'm dropping the Guardian stuff down at the same time, then I think that's perfectly reasonable. I think it's a par for the course change, you know. What else? I think maybe I should have talked a bit more about my uptime on some of these specs. Because, again, that's something I feel quite strongly about as far as the game's concerned. But, well, no, I don't feel that strongly. That's why I didn't talk about it. I don't know. Someone give me another class. What else have I seen? Because I've had a lot of feedback. You guys can go look at the video. I've had an awful lot of feedback. Oh, Valen as well. You said... you wondered if I said about Dancing Dagger, because apparently you like the Dancing Dagger thing. I don't think I've ever heard you say the Dancing Dagger thing, but I'm glad you feel the same way on that. I said that because, like, I think you can watch my video and you can tell I play a lot of Mirage on that video. Like, why am I saying a Dancing Dagger change? It's because Dancing Dagger is OP versus Mirage, where it bounces between me and my clones. Let's be real, right? There's a lot in there that is like, okay, this is because he plays Mirage. You can really get a feel for it. You can be like, all right, this is a Mirage player and he's asking for these changes. But even outside of that, I do just think I think it hits too hard. Maybe making the Thief initiative starved is the way to go. And I had a lot of people in my comments saying that. Well, not a lot of people. I had maybe one or two people, but I think that I think that that's perfectly fair. Like I said, I just felt a little bit out of my depth when it came to talking about initiative because I've not played enough SD. Also, by the way, the Dancing Dagger change to me is an SD nerf, right? It's not just about Sword 2. It's about the 4 and the 5, obviously, at the same time. So the Guardian of Secrets we have, so we don't need to do this one. Let's go to the next heart. Sorry to the Spud that I just let die. Oh, God. This is crazy. The event came up again really quickly. But Thief, I feel, is, you know, not in a bad spot. I don't feel like anything's too cheesy. I do want to defend my thing about, my comment about Swipe and Bassy Venom. I feel like I was a little bit, not that I played much Thief, alright? So I could be totally off with this. But I feel like I was much more likely to run Bassy Venom on a Daredevil, right? A DP Daredevil, Dash Daredevil, or even Bound. I was much more likely to run it on that, so that when I went in for a plus, if the warrior goes shield block, I can fuck up his shield block, right? I can Bassy Venom break it with whatever I want, all right? Or if the Rev is on Staff 3, or if the Soul Beast is on Greatsword 4, or if the Mirage is on Scepter 2, or if it's a Chrono Bunk who's on Shield 4, Bassy Venom says, fuck you, we win anyway, right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful for the playstyle. Then Swipe comes along and it's like, well, okay, you're unblockable anyway now. You can do all of that anyway. Just hold the steal. So why not take Dagger Storm so you have way higher presence in the plus now and can cleave the body a bit better and reses and stuff. And it just feels so binary to me now. I feel like I get the idea of compounding both. But I don't know. I just feel like that's almost killed all my incentive to run Bassy Venom on a Daredevil now because I'm unblockable anyway. I have the tool I need for the moment I need it. Now let's take the blatantly stronger elite, right? Now that I have that base covered in terms of like presence. So I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. Putting swipe up to 900 range though is probably a very good idea. I've hardly got used to the 600 range just yet. I do think unblockable is extremely powerful. And there should be a trade-off, but 900, as far as I remember, wasn't 900 like the range for a long time anyway? Let's go in the portal. Let's climb up, guys. You never used Bassi as an unblockable thing? It was just nice. Is that true? I feel like I have used it as an unblockable thing. But I get what you mean. It is clunky with the cast time. It is definitely clunky with the cast time. Maybe that's the answer to the Bassi thing then. Maybe Bassi, Venom... Oh, no, because I like counterplaying Bassi as well. Seeing it's going up and being able to... I don't like removing animations. I think animations are the juice of the game. So, yeah, I'm not going to say, oh, we should make it quicker cast or something. Yeah, maybe that's fair. Still used to be base with 900 with trait everyone took for 1200. And now they've put it all the way down to 600. No trait opportunity at all. Yeah, making it instant would be a bit stupid. I had some people saying they didn't like my idea of the Mirage, or I had one person, I think, saying they didn't like the idea of the Mirage heal skill cast time. But I don't understand why. I think that I think really fast casting heals are pretty lame, to be honest, as far as the game's concerned. And especially, come on, Mirage can distort through its heal. It can dodge through a good chunk of its heal. Its heal should be a long cast time heal. It is the class that can just get around casting any one skill it cares about, right? Yeah, sure, it's low on stability, unless you run Chaos and that specific Grandmaster. I probably didn't talk enough about Chaotic Interruption. Because some people are saying don't change the Daze Mantra, change Chaotic Interruption instead. Because they don't like the Immob. But I don't know. I don't think the Daze Mantra is the problem. Here's basically what happened as far as I understand. The old meta, the old Chaos Sage variant was very strong. But even back then, Helio was running Chaotic Interruption. No Daze Mantra, but he'd run Chaotic Interruption. And no Pistol, but he'd run it anyway. And he could squeeze out some 1v1s on it. I had a very tight 1v1 with him once. That he just about got over me because of the Immob trait. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, holy shit, that's really strong. And I moved to that trait as well. Then, of course, all the nerfs come in. And people kind of ended up double downing on that Grandmaster selection and playing with the Daze Mantra. It is really lame. I don't know what I want to do about it all, to be honest. Because I love the GM. I really do. But... What would it... without much Immob on there, it's going to feel really lame. Without, you know, even with just a tiny bit of Immob. Because, sorry, what I'm not articulating out loud right now is if you've just dazed someone and procced Chaotic Interruption, or stunned them, particularly stunned or knocked down or whatever, right? The duration of... Not that Mesmer really has knockdown. The duration of the CC itself is going to overlap with the Immobilize. So, it kind of needs that little bit of duration on there. You know, just that little bit. I don't know, I think all my other Mirage nerfs do a lot. And I don't think you have to mess with the fundamental feeling of the three Grandmasters in that line at that point. Withdraw should have a cast time, says Shatter. I don't know about that, because I think that being flighty and escape-oriented is kind of the thing, you know, about the playstyle, and... Like, I get it, it's fun interrupted heals, but I'm alright if there's, like, one thing out there that it's kind of very difficult to do it. Maybe you just hit the amount that it heal. If you don't like... If your question is how many of them run withdraw over any other heal in the game, maybe we just diminish the healing on it a little bit. But again, overall, I don't think that the spec is in need of refinement to those degrees, so I would leave it. The only thing that just feels a bit unfun is Dagger Storm because of how like binary it feels when it comes up. Not a bit. It feels very unfun, frankly. Even without the double casting, I think it will still feel very unfun. And I don't think the other elites offer enough. Even when you weren't double casting it, I think you'd still see a ton of Dagger Storms around. Like, the vast majority. So what maybe, here's the change I would make. For Dagger Storm, have it so that Shocking Aura consistently breaks Dagger Storm. Because as far as I know right now, it doesn't consistently break Dagger Storm. Line of Warding does. Mudslide does. Slick Shoes do. I don't know whether Sanctuary does. I doubt it does. But make it so that Shocking Aura consistently breaks it. Then what you've done is you've buffed Tempest at the same time and diversified the supports to a degree. And maybe the new Surging Rune or whatever it is. Air Rune, I think it is. So, perhaps in that world... Wait, hold the phone. We had this. We had this. We had this. We only needed this. This Reliquary doesn't have a heart. No, I don't agree adding Shocking Aura back to a good rune, because everyone would just run it all the time. Well, maybe there's a middle ground. Maybe. Maybe air is the middle ground. Maybe it's air that needs a tweak. We have Livia as well. We have this recipe. Are we done? I'll check the wardrobe unlock analyzer. Where are you? I guess I closed the tab, so I have to reopen it. It has to like load my API key in, so it might be a second. Let me just look at chat. People in your last video, I didn't listen to the other classes, but I disagree with my nerfs for my class. I know, I found that quite interesting. Some people definitely did only skip to the section of their class. And I think that's so damaging. I understand why people do it. Particularly as well, it strikes me that on a video only about nerfs, somehow it's even more important that you look at all the changes. But yeah. Alright, let me go to minis. It's maybe not more important. So we need cute animals, Forsaken Thicket, Guild minis, Halloween minis. There are some Heart of Thorns minis I need, but they're all Gem Store. The mini tank... Oh no, they're not Gem Store. That's Guild. The Guild minis. Living World Season 1. I need the Risen stuff and a mini Armored Scarlet Briar. Living World Season 2. I need all Gem Store stuff. The Airship, Scruffy, the Ley Leecher, and the Avatar of the Tree. Ah. We're missing mini Demi Beetlestone, apparently. Oh, she was from the Gem Store. That's it. We're done, guys. We're done. We're missing Demi Beetlestone, but that's it. That's Living World Season 3 finished. Holy shit. She's the only mini from that era I don't have. She's a Gem Store mini. We can get her out of an automatic unlocker. So... here's another thing that I need to do. It appeared on another stream a while ago. And we can go get it. Alright, you guys ready for this? I don't know what the story is, how this is messed up to the degree it has. We go to Saborin. And there is a mini mime from one of the hearts here. So we're going to grab that. It's just bought with trade contracts, which obviously we have tons of. I'm guessing it's this guy who sells the mini mime. So, because I don't remember on any of the master streams having done this. So, we play this. Now, apparently, Branded will attack here, which is pretty good. So, we can actually just make some progress here by doing the dynamic event. I think the might thing is an actual issue. Look at all meta builds. Rev, Warrior, Hollow, Fire Elite, all have tons of might. No, I agree. I definitely do. The solo might makes them meta builds. I definitely agree. Basically, what's happening, for people that don't know, basically here's the situation that's defining PvP at the moment. Might access allows people to turbocharge the damage on high quality of life builds so far that they can win lots of 1v1s and offer spike potential at team fights and high pressure and stuff. Because their might is so high. It's like, okay, take a lot of high quality of life stuff. Don't take Berserker. Take Spellbreaker and full counter, baby. And just buff your might the fuck up. Like, genuinely, play 100 Qs of Spellbreaker and enjoy your 10k Greatswords F1s, right? Right, you're super regular, like double casted, F1, F2, F1 over a body, right? 20k cleave in like a second, right? Over a body, right? And the Reza. Enjoy that on your Spellbreaker. Then go to your Berserker. And yeah, your numbers are a little bit higher at the spikes, but they come so much more irregularly and have 0 quality of life. And it's like, ugh, why would I take this? Why would I take this? And it's the might that enables a lot of this. The might is just fucking crazy. It's very difficult to deal with when it comes to Spellbreaker, because strength Spellbreakers are taking 3 Grandmasters, all revolving around, not 3, well, kind of 3 Grandmasters, but 2 separate Grandmasters, all revolving around might synergy, right? So the entire flavor and purpose of those is to interact with might and like, and the build is just such a solid, like, on paper theoretical build, and I like that it has real world application too. So it's kind of hard, like, to know which one you nerf more than the other. But you know, you're trading for the Magebane Tether, for the might, for the endurance and the heal on the might ticks, for the synergy. It just all rolls in together, right? And your bursts are giving you access to the tethers. I mean, the tether has an ICD and stuff. We don't have to go too deep into it, specifically on Warrior. But yeah, it's all about that solo might, you know. And I do really think that if they hit might harder, I found it really interesting that Georges in your chat yesterday, he was saying, oh, our might uptime's already really low on Holo, right? Like, and I guess he's lived through a couple of Holo might nerfs, right? But it's not a low might build. It's not. There's nothing low might about that build. There's nothing low might about it. It's an extremely high might build. Not being capped at 25 all the time anymore is not the same as not being a low might build, you know? Like, we don't live in this binary world where it's like super high might or 0 might. I would definitely put that in the category of a high might build, and it's very successful because it's a high might build. I don't believe in accidental might as well. I like Ghastly Breach. I don't really think should be a might skill. I think that skill is insanely OP already. It's got an amazing cooldown, corrupts, high pressure. Ghastly Breach doesn't also need to deliver, you know, 30 might to a team fight across all the players if they're in it. I know that I've just gone to a ludicrous, exaggerated version of that. Here you go. So the Elonian Mime. We just didn't have this guy. I don't know why. There you go. He's our last Path of Fire non-gemstore mime. Mini. Mime. Yeah, we have a mime collection here. So there you go, guys. And let's show this off. Now, also, on a previous Master episode, someone was... oh, we never unlocked Marteb. Sorry, Marteb. Someone told me... I had an upset-sounding comment on a Wooden Potatoes 2 VOD, where someone said, wow, WP got gifted... some minis on the gem store or something, and wow, what a dick. He hasn't, I mean, they weren't this forceful about it, but he didn't even preview what it was. He didn't even preview the thing that he made. Does anyone remember what that might have been? What did I craft in the forge out of some gift or something, and then I never even previewed it? I just unlocked it. I mean, I didn't mean to be rude to the person who did that. What I'm just trying to do is unlock everything, really. So, you know, these are just little moments, really, that just for funsies. Jaw will defend Holo like his life depends on it. To him, Holo is the weakest class ever. I don't really want to talk about one specific individual's opinions when they're not even around, right? Like, to defend themselves. That's just the worst feeling in the world. I don't know how... and I won't let you put words in his mouth, obviously. He'll be aghast to hear you say that, I'm sure. That's why I asked him. I asked him in chat. I said, well, what nerfs would you like to see? I think everyone should at least be objective enough to believe in some nerfs for what they've been playing a lot of, you know? And I don't think that Holo is... I say this like all the time. I don't think Holo is as OP as most people do, especially if that stealth duration goes away. Because Hollow is so clean, and you can see where it is, and you can have an idea of what it's moving, and you know when it's in Forge, and you know when it's not in Forge, and it doesn't have, like, lots of... You know, it's literally got the 2 kits. It's got Rifle, and it's got Forge. There you go. That's the world we live in. Like, it's such a beautiful class, and it's easy to play around and think about. Maybe a slightly longer cast on Corona Burst, a little bit less S duration. I don't like the immediately drop out of Forge into Overcharged Shot. I think that's lame. But, you know, the CC wombo combos and stuff... I think that the stealth just enables a little bit too much playmaking and surprise factor that then leads into a CC chain. And I think it's good. I think the stealth is very dangerous and lame about the build, but otherwise, I think it's good. Right, Maws of Torment just went up, so we're going to go do that as well now. Now that we've got our minis, we're all over the place here. We've been talking about balance for a while now, but let me go to do more. Because I actually remember it today, because I have the event timer on my other screen. Hollow is easily on par with Rev, or is Rev stronger? I think Rev is probably a little bit stronger, personally. Because Rev has the mobility out the ass as well. And I sort of believe just a little bit of mobility really power creeps the fuck out of a spec. So I think that I would actually say Rev is stronger out of those, but I can see it swinging either way. I think it depends on what you play. I'm probably more sympathetic to Hollow, frankly, because I play Mirage, which, as long as I don't get surprised by the Hollow, you can shit on them. That's probably the truth, that because I've been playing too much Mirage lately, I'm not so... But, you know, if I was running around on a Thief a lot, and it was like, oh, he landed Prime Light Beam and now I'm dead. Hee hee. After you've just watched him kite for years, stealth, get like 3 heal turrets out in the time that you've been engaged in that encounter, I suppose. Has the fucking photon wall. I think the last to stall even longer has stab out the ass, and then he just one-shots you. Yeah, that's gonna feel really lame. And you're gonna look at it as the most busted thing on the planet. What was I going to say? Oh, my previous balance suggestions, I did talk about that photon wall as well. And I talked about refining the cone on it. But, that didn't strike me as so important anymore. Also, I had a really big comment. I'll read this comment out. I had a huge comment about, Prot Hollow. Now, they misquote me and put words in my mouth. But I'll read it out for you guys. Because I think that despite all of that, they had some value in what they had to say. Let's see this. Ready? Where's the video? There's really not much traffic or comments on these videos, so hopefully I can just scroll down and find it. Oh, cool. Someone just finished the Let's Play. Oh, there's a new comment here. Oh god, I hope ArenaNet doesn't listen to this video. Someone else says, I hope they do. Revenant and Rampage definitely need nerfs. Someone said, I don't know about Rev, but Rampage is fine. Besides, he didn't want a nerf on Rampage, just a tweak of the cooldown. Apparently that's not a nerf, guys. Did you watch the video at all? The problem with his approach is he looks at solo skills classes. The game isn't balanced like that, or for 1 versus 1s. Many of the proposed changes will simply remove certain classes from the meta, which is not a good approach at all. That's the problem with the nerf all mindset. I hope the devs are competent enough to look at the bigger picture and balance the game rather than just nerfing skills. Alright, I'll just let that. I don't even think I need to leave any comments on that. I think that stands on its own. You guys can see how you feel about that. Need to turn this down because this will jam my voice out. Anyway, that's not the comment I was looking for. That's not the comment I was looking for. I think for obvious reasons. Oh, I should do that. No, I'm not going to be a narcissistic prick. There's actually quite a few new comments on it that I haven't read yet. I'm going to have to go to the video itself. You might hear my own video play for a second. I'm really sorry about that, guys, if you do. This is annoying guy with a stupid voice on YouTube that we have to auto-mute his video. Alright, where is it? There was a good comment from Press to Die, who says, I don't agree with the Bull's charge nerf. It's the mobility of the skill that makes it useful in so many situations for attack and defense. To say it would open up other utility skills might be true, but it would be a hard lock, the Greatsword, into your hands, as without Bull's charge, it's your only access to invulnerable mobile evades. Rifle doesn't count. I would happily give up the 2 utility slots to not have to use Greatsword all the time. That's a dimension of the Bull's rush change that I hadn't thought of whatsoever, and is really fair, actually. Warrior is like hard stuck on certain weapons and certain experiences, and I've identified, I think, Bull's rush is one of them, but Greatsword certainly is too, so I don't know. Well, Greatsword, he's saying Greatsword 3 is an evade frame. I mean, yeah, he's not quite correct with his terminology, but he's, I think he's pointed out an important thing about Greatsword and about mobility on Warrior. I don't know, I guess the real question is, do we actually see any Warriors taking Bull's Rush and then, like, Axe Shield, Mace, or some crap, right? Do we see that? No. Maybe you have to unpair Greatsword and Bull's Rush and just look at the fact that they're both really strong. That's why they've both been ran a lot and they both need tweaks. Maybe. But yeah, you know, I don't want to delete anything from the game. That's the thing as well. I think maybe I give the impression sometimes. Some things I want to delete from the game, like extremely unfun binary circumstances I want to delete from the game. Definitely. But classes, definitely not. Someone said, do you really think Ellie needs more nerfs than Necro, Guardian, and Thief? You made it sound like this. Ellie is mostly out of SPVP and roaming meta since years. You could even argue for PvE too. Maybe you could actually nerf the evade frames, but Ellie needs some great buffs for compensation. It's quite dangerous to recommend this without a comment about the Ellie situation. Yeah, I think that they're totally right. I think that's a weakness of the video. I actually think my whole Ellie section's a bit weak. Just because I don't like the place, the thing that has a little bit of a look in, I don't like. I think it's lame. I think it's lame to fight as. I think it's lame to play as. I don't think the playstyles are that fun. So I would want to nerf that. But then, yeah, that totally removes Ellie. So, I don't know. So I just tried to look at the bits of it that I find unfun and tried to target those. And that's essentially the evade spam. So I put my own little flavor of evade spam tweak on there. But, you know, what will save Ellie... Again, here's the other scary thing. A lot of people think I'm an Ellie player, like I'm an Ellie main, and they think that I have all this favoritism for Ellie and no objectivity for Ellie, and like... So I have to be very careful about what I say with Ellie. And there's a very real part of me that I feel is objective, which is that I think what will save Ellie is actual buffs. Of all the classes, I think like the Lightning Rod variant should be more potent. I think that Staff... I think pretty much any playstyle on Ellie is so risk-laden that they need big-ass payoffs, and they don't have them. So, I don't know, but do I go online and say, oh, I'm going to nerf everything, but I think Ellie needs buffs, so here we go. We're going to double the damage of Meteor Shower. We're going to triple the radius of the Meteor Shower itself and the meters, but we're going to lower the speed at which they drop so that people can dodge individual meters. It just lasts a lot longer. I think that'll be a more interesting skill, and it will start doing damage now. What, do I go off and say these things? No, it's a nerf video. But, you know, that core idea, do I think that Ellie needs to nerf some more than Thief, Guardian, Necro? No, because they're all seen in higher abundance than Ellie at the moment, probably. Anyway, that's still not the comment. Where are you? There's a lot of comments on here where it's basic. Oh, shit. Oh, we've just started, though, right? I think we have just started. At least get 2. Just 2 at the very least. Wait, what? Where's the... I have residue, but where's the thing? So I got 1. Hello, Smitsky. It's good to see you. Am I crazy? Did I fuck that up? Let's go do one. Let's try and break combat and go do another one. Oh, I should organize my stealth stuff, to be honest, for Path of Fire. Didn't even get 2. No, I don't think the Power Reaper is stupid. I think it's got some clear counter opportunity. That's it. All the round portals are closed now. I guess we'll get the amalgamated and the extra thing. Oh, we'll get all the chests as well, because why not? Oh, here was an interesting comment. Do you think you fail to take into account that most players are not very good, and maybe in gold, the intense level of skill and balance that you'd like to see might not be what the game needs in general? What are your thoughts on who the balance should be centered around? In general, you have intelligent ideas, though. It's cool. Yeah, I do think very deeply about that. And actually, I think one of the main things I was expecting to come back on this video was I was expecting Ranger apologists to... I shouldn't use that phrase. I was expecting defenders of Ranger and the second Soul Beast and stuff to say, but WP, it's not ran in ATs. It's just a gold thing. It's ran everywhere, and it's a fucking plague on the game when you're in gold and low plat. But any real players in real matches don't do it. I was expecting that. But I think the integrity of the game in general is important, and I wouldn't so cleanly dismiss one bit for the other. It's not a game where I think if the mindset of the general player in the community was that they really cared about building their way up to monthly ATs and participating at a super high level in all monthly ATs, and AT meta was the priority thing on everyone's mind. I think if we had that culture in Guild Wars, I think I would value AT meta far, far, far higher. But as it stands, most people play ranked. For most people, that's most of their experience, and that's certainly true for me as well. And they may have some sense of wanting to climb, but most people get hard stuck in gold or whatever. And that's the balance, and that's the game, and it will never really go further or away from that. So I think that you look at the experience people are going for all the time, and the thing that people are focused on all the time, and you play around that. So yeah, that would have been my argument when it came to the Ranger thing. But I didn't actually have anyone say that. Nobody defended Ranger in that way. No, I didn't see a single comment of someone saying that. Also, I don't think I play at that high of a level. Someone said this, is WP literally, in all caps, suggesting nerfing Longbow on Ranger? Longbow, the least used, if not even for fun builds, the least considered, most useless weapon? Really? All caps with a question mark. That was a sincere question. That was from Shroom. Shroom comments a lot. He's on a lot of the videos. I like you very much, Shroom. But that's some Kool-Aid you're drinking right there, my friend. Obviously, it's a PvE mindset. I can't find the comment. I can't even remember what the comment was supposed to be. What the fuck were we talking about? What was it, guys? Was it something about NG? I can't remember. I really can't remember. All right. So we got the mini mime. We got the. Do you want to do some keys, guys? Should we open some keys right here? Oh no, let's do Dragon Bash before the keys. And if you guys want to send me any, I would love to hear it. Oh my god, what? Who is this? Holy shit! Someone in chat has waited 58 minutes for this moment. Who is this? Have they been typing in chat? Who was it? Did someone say keys? I did say keys. You just sent me 25 keys. Are you serious right now? 59 minutes ago? Really now? Oh shit. I'm so whoever this is, I hope you're still at the stream, and I hope you get some value there. Actually realizing I did actually get the mail in the end. Holy crap. I'm really sorry about that. Hell yeah. Okay, so we'll open 50. Okay, we're gonna get some unlocks then here, guys. If anyone wants to contribute, and we'll go crazy ham with the keys. You know, we can make it a big thing. I'll do the Holographer daily in the first place and see if we get any other mails. If anyone's tempted, let's do it. We got 50 so far. We can try and get some more. So every time I load in here and I hear that noise, it makes me think my alarm's going off. You said someone made a very good comment where they misquote you, but they had some valid points. Yeah, there was that comment, wasn't there? Oh, it was about Firebrand's... Oh, no, it was about Prot Hollow. That's what it was. Here it is. I found it. Thank you. There you go. You found it. It's from Peter Lacko. This isn't a bad comment, right? Here we go. So Peter Lacko says this. This is a long message. He's quoting me. He says, wood and potatoes. What bothers me most is the Prot Hollow, which is actually busted. He puts in parentheses. So that's a misquote. I never said that. I said that I feel more threatened by Prot Hollow more often than I do by other variants of Hollow. And obviously I do, because I'm playing a Condi side node build, and they do very well against that, right? But that's what I actually said in the video. I didn't say that I think that Prot Hollow is more busted than regular Hollow. Certainly you see more regular Hollow... Maybe I should just say use the word rifle, right? I think you definitely see way more rifle Hollows than Prot Hollows. So I don't know whether it's fair for me to offhandedly say, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. You know, the one is definitely more busted than the other. Do you know what? I want to play more Prot Hollow. Here's a dirty secret of mine. I want to play more Prot Hollow, but I don't because every time I play it, I get too frustrated having to deal with heat. I hate having to deal with heat. It frustrates the fuck out of me because I want to watch for like pluses and I want to watch animations and I want to do these things, but I'm constantly looking at my goddamn heat threshold, and if I don't, I start overheating like a complete scrub. And people come down on you so hard if you overheat in this game. So I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I can't play Prot Hollow. I'm guessing if you play it enough, you get like used to like how many animations you can do in Forge before you'd overheat, and you don't sort of have to worry too much. But like that's a real thing for me. I would play a lot more of it, and I want to get a feel for it and know what it struggles with a lot better. I've seen some really impressive Prot Hollows, some really impressive Prot Hollows, but I just hate the experience of it all the time. So, I don't know. I feel out of my depth talking about it. But there's this amazing comment here from this guy talking about Prot Hollow, which I want to read in a second. But yeah, WP exposing himself as a dirty overheater. And I think there's good animations and stuff on Prot Hollow. It has all the others. It's a Hollow, right? First of all. So all of those elements come across. But, you know, the hard light arena, maybe the hard light arena uptime is just a little bit too high or whatever. It does feel really lame to be on a Condi build, and then the hard light arena goes up, and you're like, okay. Oh, shit, did I miss it? No, I got it. I did miss the last thing, though. So, I don't know, maybe hard light arena cooldown or something, because I like the size of it as well. I think it should be something that scales quite high in big team fights. But anyway, we'll read this guy's message as soon as we've done this roller beetle race. Going for speed. Wait, what's the discussion in chat now? Shatter's philosophy is that ranked is the main game mode, and balance should be done around ranked. You can't bother explaining every single reason why you dislike ATs. Well, you've done yourself dirty there. I wouldn't admit that, because it's always true. You just don't admit it, all right? I wouldn't admit that it's because you personally don't like ATs, thus you want the balance to be one way. No. You have to maintain the illusion you have everyone's enjoyment in mind, at least, alright? You can't make it about your own personal disdain for ATs, alright? You're messing up there, chat. Chat won't let you get that by. See, my true agenda, if you guys really want to know, is I just want everything nerfed except Illusion of Life. Because you know, I'm an Illusion of Life main now. Didn't you see the stream the other day? Oh, you're a wanker, mate. For fuck's sake. Do it again. Yeah, don't say it lasts for 8 seconds or 12 overheat. It lasts for 12. Alright, let's not fucking butter this up here. It lasts for 12. You gotta cast it on high heat. most of the time. Maybe the difference there should be... I'll tell you what would feel good, what would be a nice interaction. It'd be really nice if it was more punishing. Leave it exactly the same at high heat, but maybe make it a lot weaker. No, you can't make it too weak because then they'd never use it. It would be nice if I'm fighting a Prot Holo and I see I've managed to get him to use the hard light arena on not high heat. If I've managed to get him to use that cooldown when the heat is when it's not fully procced, I should feel like, oh, that's a win condition for me. All I have to do is atrophy him down now. That would be a nice feeling. But I don't get that feeling at the moment. The feeling I actually get is, oh, he used it on low heat. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to have enough time to pressure him until the next one comes up. So maybe it should be like much longer cooldown. Yeah, that might be good. A low heat hard light arena on much higher cooldown. So you're like, holy fuck, he's not going to have it back for ages. Let's actually go for the kill here. We can do this. Maybe that should be the feeling for hard light arena. But it's still just as potent if you're able to use it at the right time. Maybe it's too easy to use it at the right time. I've made the two main mistakes here today. Look at that. Those are the two big things I messed up on this race. You'd think I'd learn. Maybe? I don't know. I feel about I'm adept. Alright. Anyway, so he misquotes me, and then he misquotes me again. Well, he says, then Wooden Potatoes proceeds to kill and slaughter Rifle Holo that is underpowered compared to Prot Holo. Okay, so let's look at my change for Rifle Holo. I perhaps flirted in the commentary with the idea of changing jump shot distance in line with all the mobility. The other one obviously would be the Holo Leap, but I didn't talk about that, I don't think, in the end. I literally said stability stuff. I said, if you throw a CC at an engineer to rip one stab, he's now no longer free overcharge shotting. That's what I said. Did I say anything else about rifle? I didn't talk about the heat-seeking missile auto attacks. We're actually talking about velocity on the auto attacks, I think, there. I think the heat-seeking bit is actually just a graphical thing to show the server. Like, it's sort of trying to match your client with what the server's seeing. I think they've talked about that before. I didn't talk about the autos. I didn't talk about blunderbuss going through walls. I said that's fine. I didn't talk about net shot. I talked about stability. But that's me killing and slaughtering Rifle Holo, apparently. Anyway. So then they get very intelligent. And they say, look, the nerf to Corona Burst is completely wrong and much worse than the other tweaks you mentioned for the other classes. It's already been nerfed twice. It's only 2 seconds of stability that the Holo may not even get if the opponent is semi-competent. Good way to tackle Corona... I don't really agree with everything they said there. I think they're far too forgiving. But then they do say, a good way to tackle Corona Burst would be to keep the stab but increase the cast time of the skill so players have more time to react and maybe add a small circle AoE, just like with Scourge, that would signify when to dodge. I don't think you need the AoE, but I like his idea with Corona Burst cast time. Maybe that's all the element needed. And also, when you refine quickness away, that kind of is doing that too. So... Anyway, not that I think any Holos really run agility sigil, by the way. Next, rest of the things he says he can get behind. Every other change I said, they can get behind. They say here are some things that should be nerfed and fixed. Holo form, auto attack, 3 and 5 are very abusive skills. When it comes to terrain, they go through everything, even if you're behind a concrete wall with no line of sight. You thought Torch 5 on Scourge was bad? Holo can legit get you from 100 to 0 without being able to properly target you. Whilst Holo has no need to target you, loads of Holos, me included, have been taking advantage of this. I agree. I think I said that in the video, though, didn't I? I talked about Photon 5. Now let's look at Prot Holo. Shield 5 can proc 2 times easily, AoE stunning. Using this in a team fight can be devastating for the enemy team. I think this is insanely hyperbolic, right? But he's maybe got a point about the shield stunning, maybe. Shield 5 pretty much works like a lesser full counter that continues blocking and can disturb multiple times. I don't know whether I'd agree with it, but... full counter does other things, right? This build can easily have 100% protection uptime, and the protection's empowered to 40% reduction instead of 33, which fits the theme, but it's too much. I know nerfing would also hurt Scrapper, so maybe just reduce the amount of protection granted by the shield skills by 50% so to keep the build in check. There's a few more nerfs I'd love to see on Prot Holo, but they could also end up nerfing other engineer builds, which I do not want. I think they were quite careful at the end there as well. I think that that's something maybe I should think about a bit more deeply sometimes, which is make sure your nerf only targets the elite spec or the build. You don't want to be nerfing others, because that's the worst feeling in the world. Genuinely, the worst I feel about the balance team, when I feel bad about the balance team, is when they are nerfing my builds, my gimmick, my stupid thing, my underpowered thing, because they were actually targeting something else. That feels horrible, guys. That really doesn't feel good, so yeah. Anyone who says just dodge Corona is straight up monkey. You want me to use up 2 dodges to deny some stabs so that then I can get pounded in the ass by Shockwave, Prior Light Beam, and full static Discharge Burst? Shatter? I don't always agree with you, man. Not all the time. But you are fucking so right there. You are so on the ball. Well done for articulating something I believe but hadn't said and hadn't thought to say. You're damn right. You need so many dodges. There's so many crucial animations. Yeah, you're not going to fucking dodge Corona. You're going to outrange it, right? There is counterplay to it, but you have to outrange it. You have to about face. You have to move away. And the only way you're realistically going to get that in time, because that requires more time to create the gap, is with very careful foresight of when they're next going to go into Forge. Like, basically, what you want to do is watch for when their rifle cooldowns are exhausted. Or you want to have a slightly longer cast time on it, probably, right? Like, that's the thing. A longer cast time is not about evade counterplay to me. It's about just being able to position further away from the... I mean, the second tick is fine, right? Like, the second tick is actually really fun to think about. And when, like, you guys might struggle against Holo for, like, months, and then you realize exactly how the 3 is working. And all of a sudden, it's really fun to fight Holo, right? Like, I definitely had that experience. I wouldn't say I struggled against Holo, but it clicked, you know? Like, but the first part of it, yeah, just dodge everything. And then a lot of times, they're blowing your dodges with the rifle auto. Like, I mean, really. Or, I mean, this takes me back to Elixir S as well. Like, Elixir S can even blow a dodge. I mean, a lot of the time, you'll be able to kite and you'll be able to move somewhere, but... You know the feeling. You know when it's a stealth Prime Light Beam coming in on you, or a stealth Rampage. And you can blow defensives for that sometimes. I mean, maybe that's not a great play of mine to do, and you know, you try to avoid it at all costs, but... Blunderbuss is an interesting one. But it's not high. I kind of know that Blunderbuss will hit me through the crate or through the wall or whatever. For some reason, I just think about Capricorn constantly. All these conversations, do you guys have a particular, like, engagement or, like, side node in mind or discussion in mind? I do. And I always think of Capricorn for some reason. I don't know why. But when I'm thinking about kiting, I'm thinking about kiting on Capricorn. When I'm thinking of line of sighting, I'm thinking of line of sighting around the Capricorn places. When I'm thinking about team fights, I'm thinking about Capricorn. Today, for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that is. In addition, I would say that every single class should have access to only 2 dodge. Stab and CC overall should be reduced so that this game actually has some resources and resource management rather than spamming random shit in order to not die to the ridiculous damage. Yeah, that was one of the things that was a lot cleaner about Guild Wars 2 when it first came out. I mean, no one can deny that, right? You can't deny that. We're going to go do the Dragon Arena now, guys, before we get our keys. This is probably not good stream entertainment, doing the pinatas and the fireworks, probably. Just make sure we do daily. I thought prot holo wasn't a thing. Builds I've seen don't have any prot. Is that a serious question, Mjolnir? There's basically 2 variants of holo that you can run. The much more common one is a rifle-oriented jack of all trades. And I love that about holo too. It's a jack of all trades on engineer, the jack of all trades class in a way, you know. It can 1v1 very well. It can team fight very, very well. It rotates reasonably quickly. It's got good CC. It's got good downstate interactions. That's for revives and stomps. It's got everything. It's got everything. That's one build. The other build is much more decidedly side nodey. It's about winning 1v1s and holding 1v1s and being a tanky bastard. And it's a good counter to Condi 1v1s. Actually, does anyone know what the prot holo weaver matchup's like? I assume it's an infinite stall. It has to be an infinite stall, doesn't it? I assume. Can't imagine a fire weaver getting through that. Right, let's go over here. Yeah, Prot Hollow's the one that runs sword. It goes sword shield. Yeah, it's a draw. They both lose brain cells. I don't mind stalls as long as all the cooldowns are getting blown. So that when a plus comes in, something happens quickly, you know? I don't mind otherwise. I don't mind 2 guys on a neutral node for the vast majority of the game. As long as when a playmaker comes over, play is made. If it then becomes, oh, I'm not even going to plus that shit because it's going to take so long, then yeah, we're talking about some dangerous stuff right there. Hollow might get you to plat 3. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to play that build. I really do. I'm definitely not going to do it on stream. God, I'd do so badly. I've never played it. Well, no, I have played it. Never played it. I have played it, and I just struggled it. I haven't played it for a long time. Let me put it that way. Yeah, it's the worst feeling when the 1v1 has their side. I don't think I'm very good in a lot of places, but one thing I genuinely do think I'm pretty good at is holding hard CC and 1 defensive for when a plus comes in. Or I try to, anyway. As best as possible. Like, I'll make sure I've got, like, a blink or a stealth or on Weaver, I'll try and keep 1 Twist of Fate up. So if I get a plus, I can hard CC quite comfortably and snap a kill. Or if I'm -1, I get some potential of leaving. Like, that's something you really want to try to do. That's why it's really important to not be spammy. And I'm pretty spammy. Hollow feels like it can do everything with all its tools, makes the game less frustrating for you. Yeah, I can certainly see that. Don't feel Scrapper is better than Prot Hollow since it can stall harder. Yeah, maybe there's something to be said for that because, and I mean, Scrapper I think might even be better in team fights because the function gyro and the AoE cleanse on the purge gyro or barrier that it can give people. It might even be better than Prot Hollow. But I mean, Prot Hollow's got the higher CC. I think Prot Hollow probably is a bit more volatile. I don't know for sure though. All I know is that I never worry about Scrappers ever. It's very clean and easy with a Scrapper. With Prot Hollow, it's kind of a different story. I feel like a good Prot Hollow is like this a completely unbunkable fucking thing. I feel like. That's how I often feel. It's obviously not true, otherwise you'd see a ton more of them, but I don't know, man. Yeah, the extra defense is worthwhile if we're talking about a situation where you're getting further outnumbered. How's my daily doing? We haven't even looked. We're not doing very well. We need 1 more firework, 10 more minions, and eat some taffy. I probably won't do a stampede, not on stream. The minions we'll get in a second. Firework and 10 taffy. Yeah, we'll actually be done in a second. Yes, and here's the thing as well. I played a lot of Warrior this year, and Scrapper's so easy to kill on Warrior. So easy to kill on Warrior. Because here's the big thing with Scrapper. Like, such limited stun breaks, right? And limited stab, too. You see the bubble go up, breaching strike, Bull's Rush, you win. That's it. There you go. That's it. That's the whole fucking fight. I mean, wait for a dodge. Yeah, chain CC is just nuts. Warrior's so good at that. Did we get it? Oh, did I just get a sub? Holodoc Prime, thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Alright, we got that. Let's go eat our food. And let's go get some keys. I broke down and bought a bunch of taffy to eat and to give to Drubert. Oh, inks. Good point, actually. I should probably do that. Well, you say broke down. Is taffy super expensive at the moment? What is it for one of these stacks? 2 gold each. Do you think it will go lower and lower and lower? There you go. All right, so this is it. Look, Party Commander, ding. Elder Taffy, Dragon Basher. Party Commander, the Dragon Bash Victory Coffer. So this gives us our precursors. Our holographic precursor. You see this? This is what you're doing this for the next X amount of time. I don't know which skin I really care about. I don't think there's sound effects or whatever. 5 Jawbreakers. I'm going to pick up the Bard. Just to continue furthering the focus agenda. Right. I'll set off 1 personal firework anyway as well. Well, it says personal, but I think it just means any firework in the map. Like this over here. Do you think ArenaNet have saves of old Guild Wars 2 builds? I would be super interested in playing some 2012, 2013 PvP again out of curiosity. I don't think they do, actually. And I'll tell you why. Because the ultimate experience for me would be to play the alphas again. The energy the energy potion stuff. I'd love to play those. I would be so thrilled. And I've actually inquired to multiple different people, both in person and over the internet, over the years. Like, tried pushing my luck, being like, you got any of those old server files? You know, whenever the opportunities come up. And the answer has always been, I absolutely have no fucking idea. I don't even know who I'd ask about that. Or, sorry, that stuff isn't saved. So as far as the super old things, that's the answer. I think it's probably the answer for new stuff as well. They clearly have some kind of snapshot though, because they can restore items that were on your account and old characters that you've deleted and things, and they can reset the economy in dire situations. But you know, could they spin up a version of the game where the Tower of Nightmares is live? I don't think so. I don't think that they have the server there. They might have the clients in storage somewhere. They might have old Guild Wars 2.dats that are specifically set for that game build or whatever. And you could probably find those out on various people's machines as well. Just find someone who quit Guild Wars 2 back in 2014 and hasn't uninstalled it. There you go. You've got that data. But the servers, I don't know about that. And obviously they come together. Guild Wars 2 Classic. Is it Sandstorm time from Brian? We can do Sandstorm. I got the money for Sandstorm now. Let's do Sandstorm. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go do some Sandstorm. But anyway, yeah, that Prot Hollow, I guess we're done talking about Prot Hollow now. I'm not sure I missed anything. Was there anything else people were saying in chat that I missed? You can just repost. Oh, I was going to feed Drewbert. Not expensive, but this event will be going on for a while, and I could just earn it as I go. Yeah, that was kind of my thought with it, yeah. Yeah, Prot Hollow fell out of abundance once Scrapper was a thing, really. Scrapper basically said, hey, I'm an elite specialization dedicated to what you're doing, so... And I think that's when we saw a lot of Prot Hollows going away. Celestial Engineer Vanilla. I've seen a few people trying Core NG. I don't know what that's all about. I've seen some very good players on NG, and I feel so disappointed because I'm like, man, you're really good at the game, but this build isn't giving you any opportunities right now. But I actually have a lot more respect for people like that are actually trying weird builds. Alright, so we could do a single flush hand. The way this works, guys, is we need like 44 more of these. So if anyone sends some Ecto, we buy one. And we just roll and we see what we get. I'm not going to butter this one up too much. 3, 2, 1. Alright, 9 massive globs. That's okay. 25 cards. Generally, we just spent 75 gold, though. We got 2 superior runes, so we'll do this. Let's consume that. These are all dragon coffers as well. So how many dragon coffers have I got now across the account, I wonder? A few. Got a stack plus 75 here. Yeah, like Stronlo. Stronlo can play very well on certain builds. He's a very, very, very competent player. But he's playing a very, last I saw, a very bursty Core NG. But he's not the only person. I've seen a lot of people on Core NG at the moment. Recognizable names on Core NG. I really have. Okay, keys. Now, for this key section, let's go on another character. Or should we? Because this will stack. No, let's do it on this. Let's do it on this. All this catalytic reagent, let's get rid of this. This was all accidentally extra bought from before. Did I sell all the ecto? I did. I sold all the ecto. I did sell. That's where this 1,000 gold is from. And 25 of the keys that we're looking at here. It's all been sold. Yeah, because look, we got these hatchlings and things. A question. How many people are currently legendary tier? For the past year, per season, you'll probably have somewhere around... Ooh, I don't know. It depends where, at what point in the the season you're looking. The earlier in the season, the less legends there are. I might be really off with this. I might be wrong. But I would say you're looking at about a max of 10 legends on NA. And a max of about 30 legends on EU. That's what I would say. Someone can feel free to say otherwise. Those are the maxes I would give. Cougar says 30 to 35. So in the EU, 40 is a high estimate there. I think 40 is a very high estimate. I don't think you get up to 40 legends on EU. Maybe you do. Actually, yeah, EU's pretty easy legends. Isn't it more like 2 or 3 legends since they're all accounts? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, we got 39 boxes, so we want to buy just some more of these before we go for this. Black Lion. We couldn't right-click and buy more because it was in the slot for some reason. Let's go 36. Yeah, it's 50 keys, Inks. Yeah, it's 50. We just got given another 25, and I bought 25. 50 keys. 50 big ones. And remember, these are the really good chests, guys. Alright? These are the ones with the high RNG, remember? Remember when we opened our, like, 125 or whatever it was before? They're high RNG chests. So, this is really, really high value. And you too can buy keys on the Black Lion Gem Store, supporting ArenaNet. PLC. Alright, here we go. It's not great. It's not great. There's a moth in my face. It's good. Come to Papa. Daddy misses you. It's good to have you back. Let's get some other ones. Let's get some armor unlockers. I'd really like an armor. Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, well, that's weapon. Where's your sister? Let's get the 3 kiddies back together. They're coming home for dinner. The moth is my spider's dinner. This spider is way too small to eat a moth of that size. It could live in the moth's wing. You're Belgian and cannot buy the high value keys. You can buy the golden ones, right? Is that the situation? You can only buy the golden ones? Oh! Alright, well, whatever. Will those wardrobe unlocks unlock shit tier skins if you don't have very many skins? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what they'll do. So you want to make sure that you have, like, all the easy stuff in the game. So, like, all the really simple stuff to craft and the simple stuff to get from Karma merchants. Make sure you make new characters for all those opening headpieces, for example. Oh, here it is. There she is. Daddy missed you. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to get a good roll today. Just make myself cringe a little bit. We're not going to use the D word anymore. You can't buy keys, period. Wow. Yeah, I guess because the golden ones are still RNG, right? Yeah. It's only the armor locker that has a very small list. The weapon one's still insane, and therefore also is the other one, the generic one. Yeah, we don't have any more mummy and daddy roleplay in the mail. I swear this is more than I'd normally get. Look, we got another one. Am I crazy? We want 60 of these, ultimately. 60. Because then we can buy 4 things. We never really got much statuette value last time as far as unlockers are concerned. Because we spent them all on musical instruments. We got another one. I don't think we're going to get up to 60, though. We're going to be just shy. Another one. Yeah, we're slightly shy. Damn. We need 4 more keys, minimum. 4 more? I don't know. Alright, so, yeah, let's do it. So, guaranteed armor unlock. The thing I want most, probably... Oh, he's just another one of the fluffy toys. Probably this, because on the unlocker, it's sort of showing this is like a major thing for me to get. I swear that that's a cultural thing, but it's not, so. These are not the new festival, I don't think. I don't know, I don't really care what I get, actually, from this, to be honest. Maybe Bram's thing looks good. Incarnate? Maybe Incarnate, because that's light armor. This is like a light armor thing. It's likely we'll get the fuzzy hats or something. So you guys ready? 3. Wait, armor. 3, 2, 1. We got fuzzy Aurene. There you go. We got the fuzzy Aurene hat. Which... How do I preview this for you all? There's fuzzy Aurene. Oh, isn't she just adorable? And look at the thing coming out of the back. Oh, my God. Amazing. Oh, I'm ready for winter now. Okay. Who would buy that off the gem store? What do you guys think? Have any of you in chat, did you go out of your way to buy this on the gem store? On low setting, she looks like she has cataracts. Alright, here we go. Next. The sloth backpack. Pretty happy with that. It's just a fiesta of cute things. Oh, the sloth actually looks pretty good. Hold on, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with the sloth. I didn't realize how valuable that was. Look at that. He's pretty cool. Alright, Mr. Sloth. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the sloth. That would look good on a Norn or something. I'm pretty sure that would look good on a Norn. The top players to do the on a Norn, what you're supposed to do is this thing, because this has a parrot in a cage and it's animated, right? So you wear that on a big ass Norn and you get a big ass parrot in a cage that everyone can look at. It's also just massive, right? So you run this on like, I don't know, some obnoxiously large character. It's really good. All right, so next, we got weapons. We could get all kinds of things. I guess I won't go through the list. Get a Tempest Scepter. Easily previewable. Oh, I never stored that, I guess. Let's store that. Tempest Scepter. I guess we'll just equip it. So many menus. So many menus here. I do like the Tempest set. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, next. Oh, is that a World vs. World backpack? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me if that's a World vs. World backpack. Next, the Dream Thistle Torch. Not so easily previewed. You guys get the thing, though. It's basically like the bioluminescent set. Next. Oh, no, I will preview it. Hold on. Look, we've got to give value to all the art in the game, okay? you go. We now have both torches. There's the Daydreamers from the dungeon. And then there's Dream Thistle, which was added around the same time, if I remember rightly. Or I've always confused the two sets. Nice blue glow here, actually. Hey, that actually would look good on our Scourge. I will actually play Barbie with that. I think that's going to be better than Alchemist for the Scourge because it's got a very bright blue light. I think that's quite expensive as well, by the way. This is the first one we can... Oh, wait. Tempest. The Scepter was worth 185 gold. And... this torch was worth... I remember this being expensive before. 70 gold? Too expensive for me to buy. I don't care that much about how my characters look. Okay, and another weapon. We get the Mordrum Greatswords. That Mordrum set really filling up now, right? Jeez. So, whoops, missed the R. Here, we got the Mordrum Greatsword. Very blue, very glowy. Kind of actually fits with the Mist Stranger stuff. Sort of-ish. Not really, the colours don't work. Maybe you could dye it, though. But yeah, very big GS. Look at it stowed on our back there. This looks like the Sloth is clinging to it. And he was worth 129. Okay, next. Alright, so statuettes. So, again, we're a little bit shy of our next one. These definitely didn't update, right? Oh no, that costs 60. The other thing we could do is pick... No, we don't have enough, so whatever. Alright. So we can only buy 3. That's a shame. But alright, so we get 9 guaranteed. Ready? And I'm pretty sure we've swept all the mines. The only real mines that are left are, like, Holographer cultural weapons. Let's have a quick swap to a Norn and just check which ones I'm missing. Because I'm missing quite a few, honestly. Maybe one of them's cheap enough. 50k karma I've got. Maybe I can pick one up. Yeah, Mordrum were very cheap, right? Yeah, like the way to get money in the game, right, is get a Black Line set and wait a year. That's it. You're done. You are now rich. Wait, did I miss something fun about a Norn that was next to me? I totally missed that. Whatever that was, missed it. So we find ourselves back at Dragon Bash, but not for the festivities. Far more important task is at hand for the AFK Herald Revenant. Though he cannot resist collecting just a few pinatas. Alright. Tier 1. These are all done. These are fine. We don't worry about these. They're done. T2. These are all done. These are fine. Etched, by the way. Oh, no. These aren't etched. Where was the etched stuff? Anyway, T3. Now, this I need some. It's 63k karma per pop. But there's several Wolfborn. I've got, like, most of the set. But you can see that a lot of these are locked, right? So, an unlocker might hit. If we hit Wolfborn on any of these unlockers, we're sad. But currently, the priority is to get the minis, and then we, so wait, what minis are left now? Season 4. We're on to Season 4 minis now. We're on to Season 4. Holy shit, we beat Season 3 today. Like, fully beat it. So, yeah, Wolfborn stuff will come after we're done with the Season 4 minis. And the Season 4 tonics and all those kinds of things. Let's say you're Mike O. It's 2012. You're about to release a game called Guild Wars 2. What would be your ideal monetization method? I think what they went for, man. Wait, you're sorry. You're telling me I'm in Mike O's position, but but it's my beliefs about the world, I guess. I think what they went with is fine. I just think the main problem was having gem store items also be items that you can acquire in game elsewhere, because then people make these kind of ugly value comparisons between one and the other. For example, I think minis should only ever be on the gem store. Only ever be on the gem store. Or glider skins should only ever be on the gem store. Like, whatever's on the gem store is exclusive to the gem store. Like, that slot, that theater of customization. And then And I could describe more of why I feel that way, but let's do these. The rest of it, I really like the way that they handle the way that this game's monetized and operated. I really do. What can I say? I think it's very good. It's one of the reasons I'm a fan of the franchise. You bought all those T3 Karma weapon skins before Heart of Thorns. I ate almost all your saved Karma for years at the time. Yeah, I know, man. I mean, 50k a pop isn't too bad compared to a lot of the other syncs now, but it's still a bit of, you know, grinding and Sandswept. Mjolnir says all should be in game, baby rage. Yeah, like, I get it that it would be nice to have them all in game, but living in the real world where they have to monetize it somehow, and you're going to have a gem store somehow, whatever you choose to have on the gem store, I think should be exclusive on the gem store. No. I know that it's very exciting thinking about earnable mount skins and stuff, and it is exciting, but we close that off at the door. If you're selling on the gem store, then they're on the gem store. Alright. Unlock. So, branded Rift Caller. This is a Season 4 mini. And he's X amount of Karma. He's a lot of Karma, basically. It's basically 100,000 Karma we just saved there. Which, again, I will tolerate. I'm alright with this. Next. Oh, can't see. The Nature's Oath outfit. Outfit? They're always high value to get an outfit. Let's have a look. So we go. Once again, we're previewing on lists. I think this is supposed to look somewhat green. We get kind of these little leaves falling off of us. It's not a big yikes landmine. I need so much Karma. I'm honestly fine with it. Next. The Oni Blade. I'm guessing this isn't a part of a set. I think it's probably an exclusive sale on the gem store, similar to some of the other Canthan nodbacks. Oh no, it's on the TP. All right, 100 gold skin. I wouldn't sniff for that under any other circumstance. So we do the Oni Blade. Yeah, I know. In theory, I do know. I know that we could have been doing with background. If I was just doing fractals more regularly, or if I've been doing raid clears, Karma's like easy. The Carnival Pistol, very happy. We've looked at the Carnival skin a lot over the last few days. It's a lot of time, Karma, gold, pick your poison. I mean, it's an offhand, so it's not really that great value, because it would have been one of the cheaper ones in the first place. And the set doesn't look very good. What am I doing? So we get the pistol now. Got the little clown pistol. Next, the Devoted Longbow. This we can preview via the TP. So the Devoted set. Pretty pricey set now. I like the icons for this set. They're very loud. They're very garish, but they're unique at least. So, wait. Devoted Longbow, was it we just got? It must have been Longbow. It's just like one of those Valentine sets, I think, that they released. What you do is you buy this for that special someone in your life. Pulses a little bit in the middle. 100 gold skin. Next. Armored Scarlet Briar. Wow. Now, this is a gem store mini from the Season 1 days that is only acquirable from unlockers. I talked about this literally earlier on the stream. I was looking at all the minis that I needed, and this is one of the final things from Living World Season 1. So, I'm actually pretty happy with Armored Scarlet Briar. Scarlet was the best character in the entire game as well. She really showed how powerful female Sylvari can be. And for that reason, I love her. Alright, so there you go. Next. Shadow Shortbow from the Shadow Collection. These fucking gem store skins, man. What am I doing? Just type Shadow. No, because it won't come up. Here, it's 95 gold. Feels very Guild Wars money, this. 95. Maybe not the most expensive from the Shadow set, frankly. But it's alright. The rifle feels pretty cheap. Look, now that we've got 1,000 gold, I kind of just want to... up my price range to 40. So everything we get is worth 40 gold. These all feel so in reach, you know, like the price of them has gone. Oh my god. I swear I moused over a 6 gold mini there and saw that I didn't have it. It had the grayed out mini locked. I swear I saw that, but it must have been the greatsword skin was still lingering or something. Alright. Next. Tempest greatsword. In terms of lore, Scarlet was one of the most intelligent people to have walked Tyria. Use that information how you want. Well, they were already doing the Sylvari fan. That's not like created just because there was a Sylvari fan person at the company. In core, the Asura hold a lecture on before Professor Gore goes on stage. There's a lecture being held about an Asuran theory, how size correlates with brain size, like, you know, how tall you are with brain size. And they basically rank all the playable races in Tyria according to how intelligent they are. And their list is that Asura are the most intelligent, and they, you know, put themselves on a pedestal. But then they say the second most intelligent is Sylvari. That Sylvari are actually very, 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 very intelligent, and that the Sylvari are and that's core. That's 2012. That's even out the gate. The devs were really banging on the Sylvari drum. Frankly, I forget what I just unlocked. It was another Tempest thing, wasn't it? I think it was a Tempest something. Then they said human. Then they said Char. Then they said non. The staff is 333. What's so? I mean, it does look like a pretty good staff. Shield is 300 gold as well, and that's a pretty good looking shield too. We have a pretty cool looking airy kind of character with that. Was it the GS I got? I don't know. I like the tassels being blown up. Like there is actually wind simulated on this. That looks good. Yeah, their lecture doesn't talk about the script, admittedly. That would be quite interesting to see. Alright, and finally we get the scientific sword. So the scientific sword. Which is a pretty cool looking sword. Nothing really exciting there. Armored Scarlet Briar came out, but I don't know. Nothing really that great. For 50 keys, I mean, thank you very much for the 25. And obviously, we make a ton of progress. And this is just all stuff we've got to get through. We just got to get all of these weapons, you know. They just got to keep coming. And as close as we appear to be when you just scroll down this here and you're like, look, it's just these. You got to realize that each of these boxes is like, you know, several weapons hiding within them. And since we're not, like, laser focused on each one. Well, how much is Packed Fleet stuff at the moment? Hammer is 67. Yeah, it's just all too pricey. It's all slightly too pricey. It's all slightly outside of what I'd be comfortable buying straight up. You know. So, we just got sort of have to keep doing this broadly. And then hopefully this will ding a couple more times. And it's like, okay, we can just buy the last one for the funsies, right? Like, just buy the last one here. Like, this is a huge collection. We've got loads of these because they went underwater with it as well, right? Do you think ArenaNet should have released less Black Lion sets? They seem to have really saturated them. I lost excitement for new ones quite quickly. I lost excitement by the time Slayerite came out, so I don't know whether that really holds much water as an argument for me. It's something I'm interacting with, and there's so many skins and things. I sort of feel sad that there's so many weapons and so little use for them, you know, across the game. Like, there's just so many cool weapon sets. I'd love to reutilize them, retool them for something else. But, you know, beyond that, I don't really have any problems with it. Okay, next. We're going to go... I'm going to sneeze. Unless I can hold it off. We're going to do 2 Griffon races. Show the achievements by total completion in the UI. Sorry, what do you mean? You wanted me to eyeball them so you can see the percent completion? Right. Griffon. play. We can take it easy. We're not going to dash on the first one, though I'm pretty sure it's possible. That's where people get a lot of their extra seconds from. Raise and lower down immediately. It's nice. This is nice. It's a bit of a change of scenery. Don't need to dash down again. Probably raised a little bit too high. There you go. Reset. Alright. Azaric is now a gold Griffon fisher. What's all this? I hardly touched him. And he's got all these boxes on him. And he's got 4 potions. Oh, this might give us the last sand we need. You honestly get so much sand. Yeah. I think that's it. I think we're good with sand now. So we can do our next thing as well. Holy crap. Alright. Merlin can keep going with his race. Have you unlocked all the minis you can get from the dragon coffers? I don't remember seeing minis in the dragon coffers. I'm guessing that they've all devalued massively. In which case, probably the answer is no, because I don't have a memory of looking through them. Oh, we don't have coffers on here anymore. Oh, we're also here as well. Alright, well, one thing at a time. Let me do this race, and then we'll go look at the dragon coffer minis. Yeah, I wanted to preview one there, but I was expecting one in my account slot, but obviously we moved out a second ago. 4 holographic minis. Are they account bound on acquire? Thus, it's all about dragon coffers. No, I think dragon coffers is the way to go. We haven't had any males really on the Jawbreaker front today. I think people they're in the afterglow of the explosion of the dragons yesterday. So maybe we take a deep breath, have a cigarette, and move on to dragon coffer begging now. Right, so you can only get them from the wardrobe or from the thingies. You need 25 Jawbreakers for the recipe and mini that you want. Really? There's a mini sync for Jawbreakers? Well, we got someone else doing the race right now. If we look carefully, we might see him rocketing off. There he is. Your point was that they won because they were smarter and better engineers. You guys still talking about PvP, Holo? You played the first Dragon Bash, so you probably already have them WP. Interesting. Well, we'll have a look in a second. When it really comes down to a fraction of a second, you really have to be, like, robotically precise and direct in, like, your flight path lines here. So we got number 1, 25,400. Still nowhere near this. Why isn't Kerry on the leaderboard here anymore? Right. Oh, shit. Why didn't I click reset? Fuck. Well, that'll be a problem for tomorrow. Okay, so let's go look at these coffers. Back onto lists. Hold on. Before I go into lists, let me go on my Mirage and get the sand. It's like saying Spartans were smarter than Athenians because they had better military. What is going on now? What? It's because I'm... Oh, it's because I'm EU. Right. Oh, I get to see the EU leaderboard there. Oh, there's that little bit of flavour there. I didn't even realise. Fucking... I hate the timing of that. If I could change one thing about Staff, it would be that if you right-click too quickly, it swings the camera for some reason. See, look, you get flooded with sand doing that reward track. I could, in theory, stop that reward track now. I'm not even very far in it. Look, I'm 2 bars in, and they've given me a stack of sand already. But we'll craft that thing up with lists now, and look at the coffers. Hey, I tell a lie. One of the unlockers given an outfit was very cool. I don't know what it is that excites me most. Just, I guess, the idea of just really, you know, 1,000 cold plus value skins. We got one just the other day, though. We got the Deathly Pauldrons. I guess it's because I never used that. It's some kind of 1,000 gold plus skin that I'd also use. I guess that's the main thing. By the way, Commie, I hope you're enjoying all the things we're unlocking here and the potential for the fashion wars, right? You have my key, right? I think you have my key. I'm pretty sure. Preview. Ambrite comes out of these. Interesting. The foods. Uncommon. You can get a Jawbreaker out of one. Dyes. Growth tonics. That's pretty funny. They must have been associated with the festival before. Okay, so rare. You've got Branded Minotaur, Axe Wielding Destroyer, Corrupted Wolf, and the Risen Knight. Yeah, I have all of these already. I'm good with those minis. 0 effort for those. It's not a problem. We also have all the exotic skins. It's just these super rares. Oh, yeah, there is Mini Gordon. I'm glad you guys are talking about that, actually. Yeah, because... Oh, is that the recipe Inks is working on, is it? I see. Right. So let's make the Sands of Time. So we can actually do that now. It's not called the Sands of Time. It's called the Eternal Sands, isn't it? Screwed that up the other day. So it's Essence of Time, 20 amalgamated, 50 coins. Okay, yeah, we got the essence on us. 20 amalgamated and 50 mystic coins, basically, then. Sorry. Sorry, what have I done wrong here? Did I... Oh, I put it in my bank. Did I? What? Hold on. Hello? Yeah, I did. Why did I do that? I was just going to put that in the thingy. So, amalgamated by 4. And then coins. Withdraw these. Let's go grab this. So, after this, the only Living World Season 2 skin I need is the welding tool thing that you get from Dry Dock Scratch. And I think it's just purchasable on the TP. Possibly unlocker. Possibly it's an unlocker. I'm not sure. Coins. Amalgamated. Essence of Time. Silky Sand. The Eternal Sands come out. I remember them adding this recipe and being really excited that they'd done such a thing. And I just never went to the efforts of getting it. It's another focus for us. Focus is... The foci keep coming. Eternal Sands unlocked. Good. That's a little bit I didn't actually have written in. Let's get our Blood in the Water key. While we stall for time and figure out what the next thing we want to get is. In theory, next it would be going back to Vabby to get another Vabby event. So we'll go look for that judge in Vabby. And then we'll see where we go from there. How do you automatically get a reward into your inventory when you complete something like an event? How do you get automatically reward into your inventory when you complete something like an event? It just adds... What? I'm confused. What do you mean? You beat an event, it gives you karma, it gives you experience, it gives you gold. And those immediately go into your account currencies. Because where else would you hold them? They don't drop them on the floor and you have to press F to pick them up. And even if they did that, you would just auto-loot it at this point if you had the mastery and you had the option on. Oh, maybe you're just asking about auto-loot. There's a mastery in the game. So once you buy an expansion, you can trigger masteries. And it allows you to automatically loot stuff. It's not... Yeah, I think Inks thinks the same thing I think now as well. Yeah, it's not available to all new accounts, and I actually did that, I think, because they said bots were a consideration. It's much more annoying to make a new bot account that has to buy an expansion and actually do stuff in the expansion to unlock auto loot to then start farming on it, right? So just by putting that extra little barrier there, number one, they've put a monetary gate, and number two, they sincerely drop the automation that can come from all of it. So you go, we get a key. I did want to do something else. I had a very cool mail, and it requires us to go to the Spud Hall. Hopefully it's nighttime right now. Very weird to find myself saying that. Right, it is nighttime. So, the Kralkatoric stack. Let's read this mail. Giant dragons with giant heads. Hey WP, have you tried the bobblehead effect on the dragon decoration? It works in Holbrack. I assume it works in the guild hall also. It is glorious. Praise Abaddon. Alright, so, I love this idea. Let's try this. We're gonna go to our novelties. We're gonna go to toys. We're gonna get the bobblehead laboratory. We're gonna utilize our toy. We're gonna chug it. It's not gonna do an effect because I have post-processing off. And now... Oh my god, wait, what? Wait, is that his wing? I can't see. He's behind the building. Wait, we gotta fly around, you bastard. Those are his tails. Hold on. Enable first person camera. Thank you. Oh, his head did go bigger. His head is not bigger. Does that work in Holbrack? Really? That's interesting. When I look at them by clipping through Liss's head, the depth of field goes away. And when I zoom in, the depth of field comes back. We can just turn it off for the sake of trying to see this. Oh, the game feels really clean at the moment. I actually prefer it right now. There are 5 of them, and the 6 is in the other hall. It doesn't seem to have made the head bigger. Again, I'd love to ask any of the GMs if you can try this. Try clipping all of them into one another. I'd love one dragon that is just like one white glowing crystal dragon. That would be so cool. I want more though, because they'll go all the way up into the heavens and it'll look amazing. Alright, well that hasn't worked. But thanks for the suggestion. And maybe we go... No, I can't be bothered to go all right. But I'm sure it looks great. Right, let's go check out this judge. And hopefully we haven't missed it. So they all just patrol around this area, do they? So is each ranked title a part of Guild Wars 2 Master? There are certain things that are not in Master. That's leaderboard associated stuff. And maybe what I would just say hidden stuff. So I don't have to win monthly ATs. I don't have to win world versus world matchups. I don't have to win, you know, come first on the leaderboard in PvP. These are things that are just too unwieldy for me. Like I feel like if I dedicated myself to PvP and I really try-harded, and what that means is I'm actually social with people and I talk to people and I scrim and I do all of those things, and I really work on getting a monthly team and we practice, maybe I have a shot. But it's like dedication. Like, you have to dedicate to it, and I'd need 4 people that actually play the game as much as I do. And I don't know 4 people that play the game as much as I do. And like PvP as well. Like, what the fuck? To actually try. And I'd love to if I was in that position, but I don't. So, you know, and there's so many other things on Master to get right now that it's kind of just too far out. It's too far. And it's a shame because getting that gets you so many things for Master. It gets you a mini. It gets you a novelty. It gets you a title. It gets you loads of gold, which helps other stuff. Like, it fires on all cylinders. It really does. So, do I wiki this judge event, I wonder? It's Path of Fire. We're looking for High Judge Sidan. Let's just, let's wiki his name. High Judge Sidan. So we need to maintain order to help the court reach rulings on the Vabian dead. We find him at the necropolis. He's one of the 3 judges found here. Last time we found one of them just patrolling quite oddly around. So this is the room, isn't it? We go down. Yeah, I think we did okay in that last monthly. I think we did alright. Especially because that was like no practice. Like I didn't even really know most of the people that I was playing with. I don't really know people's play styles. We didn't even know what comp we were going with, did we, at the start? After the court event, judge events spawn in random order. So it's this one here? No, this is just defending. I guess I defend until it comes up because I don't know what else we have to do. Let's see, what else have we got? No, I think that's it. I think I've done everything that I wanted to do actually today, except guild. Well, hold on. Did the commendations reset yet? Yeah, they did. They already did. There was, I did do stuff yesterday. I did get commendations, but the hard race was the Quaggan Paddle, and I was unable to get that one. It was too hard to solo. And when other guilds came along, they struggled with it as well, frankly. So, yeah, I never managed to get the Quaggan Paddle, but I did do the treks and stuff. You know, I got the basic sort of stuff done. I mean, this event, if I remember rightly, takes ages to finish. I was actually trying to complete it the other day as well, and I'm not sure why. I think there was something that I needed. Maybe we look at a different Vabi achievement in the meantime. Path of... Oh my god, the fat finger. Vabi. Finish the race around the Kodesh Bazaar in first, second, or third place. Let's do this, man. A race? I'm well up for a race. It's not going to be... like a roller beetle race, though. I wonder where it even starts. Maybe a Sky Scale can do it really easily now. I don't know. I encourage you guys to all come. I'll actually try and we'll get first, second, or third. We can actually do it as a genuine race. We can actually earn an achievement if you like. It might be fun. Might be entertaining. To have real people have a real race going on here. So the Kodash is here. I vaguely remember. Does the race follow the Path of Fire? Course? Like for the final instance, if you guys get what I mean? You wish there was a reason to do similar, smaller events, repeatable masteries, please, ArenaNet? I'll buy your hat. I'll stay in your corner. I think it starts here. Oh, it does start here. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, look. ArenaNet is watching. Hello, ArenaNet. Thank you for that. Thanks, Mr. GM. Don't worry, I'll do that favor for you. All right, we're going to try it on the Beetle. I don't know where this goes. I don't know how precise this is required. This guy's probably going to win because he's on a skimmer. He's on the demon skimmer as well. What a skimmer that is. You're welcome. I like the idea of an ArenaNet dev having the casual Twitch name was Trollololololong. I'll be honest, masteries are super grindy for casual PvE players. There's probably more truth in that than I'd like to admit, but instead I'm going to mock you. What are you talking about? That's not true at all. You're just an ultra noob. Loser. We're going for the crazy play, okay? All we got to do is get a bit of distance, and then we swap, right? What we're going to do is we're going to Bond of Faith, and we're going to Sky Scale. Boom. Griffon is the fastest, but difficult. Okay. I bet you find it hard to kill worms in Queensdale, don't you? Don't you, you loser? TIL auto attack? Get off the stream. Yo, dog, I love PvP. PvE isn't my jam. Masteries are super annoying. No, I think it's fair, man. Oh my god, this countdown. I feel like time has really stretched out here. How long have we been in Vabby? Does anyone even use legs anywhere to get anywhere in this game? Yeah, I use legs. Very rarely, man. Very rarely. Oh, I've still got this tab open with all these balanced comments. Someone here says, nice video, I'm an NG main. I would have liked you to say nerf rocket boots. I know it may not be used that much in PvP at the moment, but having 2 charges seems ridiculous to me. Mostly for world versus world, though. They also want me to do a video purely on buffs, but I don't know whether I really see that. You're going to go early. Oh, it didn't bug. Alright, that's it. Skimmer. Alright, Whaley. Shit! Oh, we've lost. We've lost, haven't we? I thought I went through that. Oh, we've lost. I'm pretty sure we've lost. Look, what's going to happen here is everyone's going to be too scared to get off the skimmer. So if we're going to win this, we have to think outside the box. Come on. Don't you hit me with that lightning. Alright, we're off. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Look, I wouldn't have these problems. Holy shit, what is this special action? I don't even know what the special action is. Let's hope it does something good. Oh, it just moves me back. Ah. Oh. Alright, it's over. We do not have the achievement. It's over. I think we're in last place. I think we're last. Shameful display. They didn't do this on any of the other races. This is like the last race, I guess, right? So they do special extra things. I felt okay. I feel like Sky Scale would be pretty epic, because every time you go through a thing, don't you get your endurance back? So couldn't you just go burst mobility on the Sky Scale? Like, you just always have permanent... Look at all these checkpoints. We're now at a point where we're just learning what the race is like. There you go. Second place. This one's excellent. Why did they make WoW from Guild Wars 2? What do you mean? How did they make WoW from Guild Wars 2? Like, look at this. Look how it's just constantly flapping up that. Luckily, the hitbox on the top of these is pretty forgiving. You guys beat that so fast. Yeah. Someone in chat is saying Sky Scale perma-dash. Didn't know that. Yeah, you can just spam dodge. Yeah. I think the Sky Scale is going to be the best. Because you just dash permanently. Oh my god, I keep messing up the hotkeys on the Griffon as well. This is really cool, though. It's a cool race. Alright. We came 4th, so... What that means is we were 1 away from the achievement. How long do you think till it comes back up? Maybe we just park Liz here and do this on the next one. Yeah, I think WoW probably did update a few of its beliefs and understandings when Guild Wars 2 came out. They definitely thought of it as a threat when it came out, and rightly so. Not so much anymore, I doubt. This race was made for Sky Scale. Changed my mind. All right, well we'll have to look. Let's go see if the judge is up again, I guess. Yeah, I think Jackal would have been nuts there as well. But the thing with the Jackal is they will have made that with the Jackal in mind, right? So you know it's going to be upper bounded. It's only going to get so much value. Flying mounts are so bad for the game, and the devs promised me no mounts at all. Okay, number one, there are no flying mounts. Number two, truly flying mounts. And number two, they never promised you no mounts at all. Find me the message where they say no mounts ever. Find it. I'll wait. Because it doesn't exist. They never said that. You just felt that that's how this franchise had to be, and that was the established precedent of the franchise, but the devs never said it. They're ludicrously open door about the way they dev the game. They keep every opportunity available to them. And it's actually really frustrating. But it means that they absolutely cannot be criticized on the grounds you just tried to. I guess we just sit here. There's just a lot of sitting around at the moment. There's just a lot of sitting around. What else? I'm not enough of a PvP person to pass judgment on any of your ideas, but there is one thing I want to mention. For your magic bullet idea, you should keep in mind that ArenaNet wants to avoid having skills that work fundamentally differently between PvP and PvE, and removing the bounce with any sort of compensation would make the skill significantly less useful in PvE. Not to mention that it just makes the ability less interesting in general. A better solution might be to reduce the bounce range in PvP, or change the days to something else, or even change the order of effects so that the user actually needs to plan for the bounces to interrupt specific skills. I don't understand what they think is fun about Magic Bullet bounce in PvE. Oh, and somebody asked them. They said, in which situation would it be less useful? In raids, use the first proc on the boss for the break bar, and in the open world, the bounce is inconsequential. He says, the impact might not be particularly severe in raids or larger scale open world content, but for more general use or lower level players, having it only affect a single target removes a fair bit of its damage potential, and more importantly, the ability to hard CC multiple enemies, which every Mesmer weapon has on its 4 or 5 skill in some capacity or another. This would put Pistol at a distinct disadvantage over other offhand options. Not to mention it would make triggering the recharge effect of Duelist Discipline much less reliable for less skilled players. This is a really interesting comment change, because the guy who wants the bounce to stay there, the fundamentals of everything he's saying is correct, but it's an unrealistic stress he's put on various elements of it. Like, what? The damage potential of Magic Bullet because of AoE bounces in the hands of low-skill players in the open world? Hello? No, man. No. It does, like, what? One blind, which can trigger ineptitude for you? A tiny bit of damage in a daze? The damage potential? No. And the daze, I appreciate daze is okay in the open world because a lot of enemies stop using WSD as well, so it kind of feels like stun. But things melt so quickly anyway, and it wouldn't be a distinct disadvantage. The Torch CC is a very short duration daze. Yes, it's AoE, but on a significant delay. And the kit doesn't have the same pressure on the 4, so it's not a distinct disadvantage whatsoever. The sword doesn't even have hard CC, so I don't know why he thinks that there's hard CC everywhere there. Sword has a strike for might, and obviously the Phantasm, and it has a parry ability. Oh, hold on. If you double tap the parry, do you get... Maybe I'm wrong, actually. Yeah, you get a bit of a daze on the parry flip over as well. But those are dazes. This is a stun. This is stun. This is stand still, highest CC you can do on a high velocity at range. It doesn't need the bounce. It still has that advantage. So I really like the fundamentals of everything that players said. And they've even come up with a nice little thing there with the Duelist Discipline. That's true. That's a cool component, but... It's not enough to justify the bounce for the competitive formats. Did you guys see the solo thief clearing a RP3? That was an incredible video. Actually, I didn't see it, no. You're converting me into a Barbie bitch and it's working. I don't think you are. Let's just be clear. Why is my character the way it is right now? With a Tempest Scepter. Oh no, they're wind themed. Oh shit, it's working. We need to change that. But look, I'm in a Nature's outfit dyed Halloween color with a sloth on my back. And do you think I've thought about that for a second on this stream until you mentioned that there? Hey, question for WP. Would you be interested in a core 5v5 tourney? And what would you play? For core skill, for core specs, I'm not actually very good at any core builds, really, I don't think. Or I don't play many core builds. I'd probably play an Ellie's Arcane Res support core build. I think that's a very strong core build. I'd probably play a support on the staff with Arcane Resurrection, Mist Form, whatever I could do to sustain and help people, and I'd play that role. Because I think when you eliminate elite specializations, you get rid of some of the strongest supports in the game. Tempest, Firebrand, Scrapper. And suddenly you've got something quite strong. So if you go for a proper team fight, maybe you can pick up Ellie there. Core Guardian, though, is also an insanely good support. I might go Core Guardian instead, actually. Core Guardian's fucking bonkers. No one really builds it the way that they should, I think. Which is around Signets. Which is weird, but, you know, it's core. I think you did think about it. It's all part of my plan. Alright, when I put the outfit on, I did think, should I turn that off? And then I thought, no, I can't be bothered. I did think about that. Oh, this guy. Look, we need this for Master. We need the t-shirt. I don't even think that comes out of the unlocker, by the way. This is some old stuff right here. We need that t-shirt. Skyscale chairs. The Dreadnought. Oh, man. This is some brain rot here. I gotta say, guys. What's this? Forge par la fou? Any French people out there? How is my pronunciation? At the necropolis? He's not talking about the judge, is he? Oh, core guard. I haven't played for a long time, but I wasn't a bad core guard. I was alright at core guard. Core guard's pretty comfortable for me. So core guard, I think I'd possibly play in a tournament like that as well. And yeah, I've played a reasonable amount of SD Thief. Even recently, I was playing a bit of SD Thief. So yeah, any of these are possibilities, I think, personally. Yeah, no, we're on an actual French server. Someone pinged the Hanging Garden, said, big action, come help. Or help. Alright, here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to praise the Vengeance Palace Statue 1. So the Vengeance Palace is up here. We're not going to use a guide. We're not going to use a guide. We don't need to. We're very good at this game. So we can just wander around and until we see the almighty Joko. Wherever he might be. He'll be here. Wait for it. He'll be here. Here he is, the almighty Joko. Here he is. Praise Joko. Shit, that was number 10. Alright, there you go. That's your achievement progress. Oh, High Judge Sedan is up. Holy shit. The next word that was going to come out of my mouth was going to be, alright guys, I'm done. I'm leaving. But we got High Judge Sedan, apparently. Seriously? Oh, if I've missed it now, I'll be fuming. Devil's Angel says, High Judge Sedan is up. Do it twice at the same statue and look at the system message. You mean what will get printed in red in the chat box? How to start the Vitendi Academy event with the... Oh, I thought you were saying without the lecture. I'm guessing it's the com tag. Probably if I had any fucking sense about me, I'd think maybe it's the com tag. Yeah, that achievement is a huge achievement, so we got some waiting to do on that one. I mean, I'm hoping it's the com tag. Oh shit, he's already low. Oh no, he's not low. Alright, we're good. Oh wait, what? He's underground. Oh, we gotta go in the crypts? Catacombs. Okay. Oh my god, so I've just done this whole walk for no reason. I was already in there. Oh my god. Okay. There is a back door. I don't remember where it is, but there is a back door. All right, we got time. We'll be fine. Here he is. Hello, Sedan. No timer, but there is the Alonians' health bar to consider. Can we support them? No, they're immune. There must just be a timer. Don't remember what gear I'm on. It's got some kind of knockback. Might for everyone. Right, so we got to pressure him before the Alonians die. There we go. He's now dying quicker than them. There's something fundamentally uninteresting about this format of dynamic event, because you know if you're on track to win or not. There's not many pace breakers for the combat that would... There you go, court is adjourned. We did get something today. So this is it now. This is all we've got. We've got to get portal spikes, which will auto-ding that. We've got to go on first, second, or third. Praise the statues, and then there's the Janundu event as well, which should be some funsies coming up. All right. Well, there you go, guys. That's Master for today. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go sort some stuff out now, and then hopefully I'll find some time for Druid Stone later. We'll have to see how things go, but that could be pretty fun. So, yeah, keep an eye. What do you think of a PvP event with more frequent automated tourneys, maybe with additional rewards? I think that could be an option for them, yeah. I think it could actually be very healthy for the scene, because you might get people making friends and forming communities and going for the monthlies as well, or the dailies. Yeah, it could. We'll see with the Druid Stone, alright? So yeah, cheers guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Master. Thanks very much for those 25 keys as well. Let's take the Jawbreaker text off. I think we're done with dragons. And do you know what? We should be damn proud. Cheers, guys. See you next time. PoE with Nike when? I don't know. Maybe never. We'll see. Oh, wasn't that Christmassy?